FM sur 106.8 MHz. Sur Facebook et YouTube, Radio AUDACE. Boîte postale 1797 Douala, Cameroun. Téléphone 233 42 09 49. Radio AUDACE, bien plus que l'info.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
Tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. On the wise for yeah, no play. Sabi ne the hide over Sabi all day. We don't need war for yeah, don't take. Small no be sick, I be big country. Bounce on my tell you know it's okay. Life for yeah, na teach with the young all day. Remy on a feet, she the hustle all day. We the stop and really quick with some hustle coffee. Small catchy chick, you work for big pay. Guess man off his sleep where the job never pay. Panzo on the beat, see the wait na payday. Life from repeat, I beg you press play. Now welcome to the streets where the real boys stay. No to defeat, we the win all day. We killing that maga like Boomba, yeah. X on the matter like the CIA.
I know they find me palava for yeah.
Non, 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 non.
Si tu veux mal on te traite comme un facochère.
Non, 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 non.
We just follow the vibe, we know the best.
No, 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 no.
Cause right here I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best. Cause I'm really am the best. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof of T.I. Pass me the tin T.I. Me and my men them I feel like. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof T.I. Pass me the tin T.I. Turn up the radio feel like.
Every other city we go, now we the run radio. No matter where you go, they gon' tell you say now we on the high for yeah, got it. Set jacker then make your head pop play. We don't need drive for years, c'est parce que on monte sur la moto bâché. We know they like chop, no one day. We don't need chop flop, big CFA. We know they knock mop with the lock côté. Now actually talk à côté. We don't get passport for take, we go there. But when you go there, go find we for a day. They be thinking that we sleeping, but they pay steady go and make they look for our kitchen. They go fear what we are cooking.
Non, 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 non.
Si tu veux mal on te traite comme un facochère.
Non, 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 non.
We just follow the vibe, we know the best.
No, 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 no.
Cause right here I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. On the wise for yeah, no play. Sabi ne the hide over Sabi all day. We don't need war for yeah, don't take. Small no be sick, I be big country. Bounce on my tell you know it's okay. Life for yeah, na teach with the young all day. Remy on a feet, she the hustle all day. We the stop and really quick with some hustle coffee. Small catchy chick, you work for big pay. Guess man off his sleep where the job never pay. Panzo on the beat, see the wait na payday. Life from repeat, I beg you press play. Now welcome to the streets where the real boys stay. No to defeat, we the win all day. We killing that maga like Boomba, yeah. X on the matter like the CIA.
I know they find me palava for yeah.
Non, 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 non.
Si tu veux mal on te traite comme un facochère.
Non, 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 non.
We just follow the vibe, we know the best.
No, 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 no.
Cause right here I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best. Cause I'm really am the best. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof of T.I. Pass me the tin T.I. Me and my men them I feel like. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof T.I. Pass me the tin T.I. Turn up the radio feel like.
make a head pop play. We don't need drive for years, c'est parce que on monte sous la moto bâché. We know they like chop, no one day. We don't need chop flop, big CFA. We know they knock mop with the lock côté. The actually talk à côté. We don't get passport for take, we go there. But when you go there, go find we for a day. They be thinking that we sleeping, but they play steady go and make they look for our kitchen. They go fear what we are cooking.
Si tu veux mal, on te traite comme un facochère. We just follow the vibe, we know the best. Cause right here I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best.
You know what, cause I really am the best.
Cause this is Africa T.I. Don't jump on the roof of T.I. Pass me the thing, T.I. Me and my men, them I feel like. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof, T.I. Pass me the thing, T.I. Turn on the radio, feel like.
Every other city we go, now we the one radio. No matter where you go, they gon' tell you, say now we go.
Jump on the roof,
One a tiger, the other one a dog, the other one a pussy, the other one a rat, the other one a
Shut
goat.
up!
I bet you don't fight.
Now come say, don't lay off for ya! No, yeah?
Look me, untouchable.
But if I don't make a man touch you inside here,
Oh,
yeah,
you touch me, it's my eye.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. On the wise for here, no play. Sabi the hide over Sabi all day. We don't need wife for yeah, don't take. Small no be sick, I be big country. Bounce on my hotel, you know it's okay. Life for yeah, not teach with the young all day. Remy on a feet, she the hustle all day. We the stop and really quick with some hustle coffee. Small catchy chick, the work for big pay. Guess man off his sleep where the job never pay. Panzo on the beat, see the wait now payday. Life on repeat, I beg you press play. Now welcome to the streets where the real boys stay. No to defeat, we the win all day. We killing that maga like Boomba, yeah. X on the matter like the CIA.
I know they find me palava for yeah.
No, 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 no.
Si tu veux mal, on te traite comme un facochère.
No, 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 no.
We just follow the vibe, we know the best.
No, 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 no.
Cause right here I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best. Cause I'm really am the best. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof of T.I. Pass me the thing, T.I. Me and my men, them I feel like. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof, T.I. Pass me the thing, T.I. Turn on the radio, feel like.
Every other city we go, now we the one radio. No matter where you go, they gon' tell you, say now we go. On the high for yeah, got there. Sec jacker then make your head pop play. We don't need drive for years, c'est parce que on monte sous la moto bâché. We know they like chop, no one day. We don't need chop flop, big CFA. We know they knock mob with the lock côté. And action the talk à côté. We no get passport for take, we go day. But when you go day, go find we for day. See, they be thinking that we sleeping, but they be steady going. Man, they look for our kitchen, they go fear what we are cooking. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to this special Friday. It's the last Friday of the month of October. We're waiting to see what November has in place. But I go by the name Nabil for real. You can call me Baba simply. And by me, like every other weekend, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got my man D&D up in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, Baba, yes, Baba, yes.
What's poppin', what's happening, what's cracking? Now, of course, on the other side, I got my man, the one and only Dulo. And Dulo, obviously, is the employee of the month. So let's make some extra noise out there for Dulo. We are live on 106.8 FM. That's AUDACE FM. Today is a very, very special day like no other. We're going to be doing something special. Stop fidgeting! Okay, let's go. Let's make some noise for that. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, today is very special because we have just only special guests in the building. We're going to be doing a discovery, which is what I'm going to be starting with. We're going to be telling you about an artist that you've probably never seen before, you probably never heard before, but it's a name that you should keep in mind and something you should remember because it is a name that is going to become a household one really very soon. Also, all the way from France, Azoa is here again. She's been out here a couple of times on the show, and we're going to be talking about hip-hop, the diaspora, and what it takes to make it out there while you're here or while you're there. Making it here. Don't forget about that. For everybody's watching us on Facebook, please, today's a special day. Tell them and say, give me stars, man. Shit, this is Nabstar. Give me stars, man. Let's make some noise there. Give me stars, man. We want stars. Give me stars. Please give me stars. We want stars. We're going to be talking to our very first guest right now, ladies and gentlemen. Without wasting any more time, we have our very first guest that we're going to be talking to right now. We're going to introducing him to you. And as soon as he comes in here and we start this show, we would like you guys to all sit back, relax, enjoy yourself because we are really going to get up on the ride. It's going to be 2 hours of hectic shows out here. From now to then, please give it up for our first guest, the one and only Eze P. Come on now. Pleasure to have you here. That's D&D over there, and this is Dula right here. How you doing, Baba? Everything good? Welcome. Good to have you here. You have talking to the mic, please. Make sure you're speaking to the mic, and you tell us about that. You can put it on, just make you hear everything better. Welcome to the show. Right, so let's start by this, right? Tell us who you are. First of all, because you're a new name, and let's even start by the fact that I want to understand, like, because your name is SAP. A lot of people heard it and thought that you was a Nigerian. Are you Nigerian? Where you from? How you get that name, SAP?
Actually, I'm a Bayangi boy. Okay. My real name is Ramsey, you know.
All right.
How I'm linked in Nigeria is that I grew up in Nigeria.
Okay.
My stepfather is a Nigerian.
Right.
So,
thank you. Let's sound like that all the time. If you don't sound like that, come closer, okay?
So in my young age, I was in Nigeria, so I spent 5 years in Nigeria. Right. So the name AZP actually means King of the People. Right. Yeah, so this is the most inspired by my stepfather.
Well, okay. So that's it. All right, and then now you are here, okay? Tell us a little bit about your musical journey, how it all started, because we heard that you have a very interesting musical journey.
Actually, I started music from a young age. I was that interested in music. Like I remember back then in 2008 when Tibaya released one of his album called
Plantain Boy.
No, not Plantain Boy. True Story. Yeah, I was actually inspired with that album. Okay. But I started music professionally. Started releasing my songs. My first single I released in 2019. Right. Yeah, that was titled Lockball. Yeah. Okay. So ever since then I've been dropping songs back to back, and my songs are now all in distribution platforms. Yeah, because we just saw on your social media platform today that you just announced, like, oh, you got, you choose whatever platform you want for your songs to be downloaded on. So I guess everybody can go out there and download it. Just talking about that, how can they download your songs? I'm curious now to find out what it is. They can download my song in any platform: Boomplay, Audiomack, Spotify, Apple Music.
Right. Okay, that's really great. Now, I wanted to also ask you another question, okay? How do you are a student, you're pretty young right now, and then you're going to school. How do you manage to handle, like, school and your music? And is it even an advantage? Because I think at the end of the day, school is already, like, a great, like, school is already, like, a good fan base for any artist at this point in time, right?
Yeah. The thing is, it's a hard one, though. Before even family accepted music was a really hard one. So, I remember when I failed my advanced level, that was last year. It was really hard. My mom wanted to like, hey, you have to stop this music and all that. Right. So last year I had to write again. So I gave 1 year break for music, and I passed this year. So actually, like now,
congratulations. Let's make some noise for you. So what's the next move right now?
Yeah. So right now I'm schooling in UOB. Actually, I've grown matured into the game. I know how to like handle both of them together. So actually everything is moving perfectly.
So you say school is definitely a very important aspect.
Yeah, right? Sure. I cannot leave school for music. I can take both at the same time. Like they say, you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk now. We've talked about you a little bit. We know where you're coming from. We know how you got that name. It sounds very Nigerian because, of course, it's from your stepfather. Everybody out here, I always keep saying, for those of you who are watching us on Facebook, please share this video. And remember that most of the names that you hear out here are names that you should always keep in the back of your head, because these are the first times that you hear the names, but it's definitely not the last times that you're going to hear all those names. So make sure that you keep these names in the back of your head. Make sure that you get to know all these different artists that we're introducing you to, because this is that discovery session right here. I'd like to let you to tell us now, what's your music really like? How can you describe the sound of your music?
I do Afro pop and Afro hip hop.
Right.
Yeah. So I do a lot of rap and singing at the same time.
Yeah. So what inspires your music actually?
It's life itself. Actually, I sing music. I do music based on my current state of mind.
Right.
Yeah.
And where you from influences the kind of
music
that you make?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're a rapper.
I'm a rapper, yeah. I'm more of a rapper than a singer.
Than a singer, right? Yeah. But I think today we'll just say you're an artist.
Yeah,
You're definitely an artist. You're a great one. You're a creative. What are the music that you have out now that are on promotion, so we can go and check it out and get down with what's up with you at this point?
Right. I actually released my song this month, on the 21st of this month.
Okay.
Sherima. So it has been doing good, actually.
What did you call it?
Sherima. Yeah.
All right. So what are you expecting from this entertainment industry now that you have an opportunity to talk to people? Like, what are you expecting from the entertainment industry? What are you hoping to achieve out here?
I want to just achieve the best I could achieve as an artist in this entertainment industry. I just want the support. Actually, I'm doing good music that everybody could vibe on, so I actually want the support from everywhere I can get, actually.
Okay. We'll be looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to also discovering your music and how you vibe. Come on, stay. Yeah, come here first. Okay. Who has our music? We want to listen to his music, okay? But we just have, on us, the man can't second pour écouter sa music due to our copyright infringements, so you have your music protected already. How is the business of the music? We have on us our music, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, not yet, right? Okay, but we're going to get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I just want to also remind you guys that definitely today we're going to be receiving Canquentus. Also, we're going to be talking to Salatiel, who's going to be in the house today. There's a lot of things that we have to talk about. There's a new single for him. There's a lot of music that is going to be coming also. And also, Canquentus is arguably the most controversial man on the internet. And after everything, people have been hearing him post on the internet. I think today is definitely the day that he's going to come out here and you're going to hear from the horse's mouth, because that's what the Nabstar show is all about, bringing that stuff from reality back up in here. I thought that we've been able to do that, but even though we've not been able to do that, I'm going to ask you a few questions, right? Real quick, SAP, and maybe before we end the show, we'll get to come back to your music, because we have a next guest that we have to be preparing right now.
Okay.
You have come a long way between Nigeria and Cameroon. There's a lot. You spent in Nigeria for 5 years, and then now you're here, and then you're making music. There's some Nigerian influence in your music, as in your name, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so based on that, how are you able to identify yourself and not be mistaken for one or the other, or not mistaken for a copycat when that's a genuine influence that you have based on your lifestyle and your music?
Actually, in my songs, I mostly make people know that I'm from Bayangi. I'm just proud of where I'm coming from. Yeah, so music doesn't have a language, that's what I believe. So my music is influenced by how I grew up. Most people always say you sound like a Nigerian, you always sound like a Nigerian. So that's just it. I cannot sound like what I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
All right. But let's do this, right? One thing we'll give everyone an opportunity to do is hit us up with some a cappella, freestyle, or something for the next 45 seconds that show us exactly who you are and what you're about.
Okay, let me do an a cappella for this song. You know, this is a reality song about especially the female gender out there, especially young girls. So this is titled Adela Why, actually.
Okay.
Coming up in my next album.
All right, let's hear that.
Okay, it goes like this. Young Adela, just a 19-year-old girl. She just finished high school with a fly color. Mother was very proud, father be the brag too. No matter what, Adela must finish school. Time done the reach, Popsy done the gather money. Momsy on the other hand, give it all her support. All they want is a comfort life for Adela. All they want is a comfort life for Adela. Getting to uni, Adela saw a different lifestyle. A kind of lifestyle she could choose what to do. All the friends she got out of were bad companies. The iPhone-minded girls and the fashion kind of girls. As time is running out, then she thought about the lifestyle. She want to chill with the guys in the nightclubs. She done the flex now, dining with the hot babes. Say her specs now, the Yahoo kind of guys. All those guys we go spend with that no regrets. All those boys we go buy her designer clothes. Latest iPhone, latest Gucci bags and all. As time is running out, she is getting out of hand. All that glitters, now that she they like to go. Her parents back home still ignorance on the change. A bad day in the club, Adela met this guy. They call him a bad plug. All her friends in the bar. Adela saying now this guy she go die put. After the night close, now the guy in bed. Adela woke up on the next day full naked and she know be the get time. She want to impress the guy with the big way she get. Big guest of 50K for her service. She's been excited. Forget she no carry pants. Base. Now there all her matter come car. Street guy we don't take I see suffer. We don't take a little money. He no get joy. Nigga package pants submit time to him Godfather. 2 seconds Adela start the pull close. Her friends come they cry. Her private still they leak blood. Before they could get to a clinic, she was long gone. Father heard the news, got an instant heart attack. When she on the other hand couldn't get the pain. So Adela, why?
Wow, what's the next noise? Very impressive, man. I saw that you were a storyteller, right? To give you an idea of the kind of stuff you do, like you're a storyteller.
Yeah, actually, I believe rap is telling this. If you rap, you should tell a story. You should send a message out there. So when I rap, actually, I'm completely telling a story out there.
Impressive. I'm very impressed about that. I'm going to say definitely. We're going to be looking forward to a lot more from you. Unfortunately, due to copyright issues, we cannot play your music out here today. But thank you very much, and give a big shout out. You don't go anywhere. Just go backstage because while we introduce our next guest, we're going to be getting you back at the end of the show.
Sure. I'm happy to. Well, I'm happy to be here today.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Okay. But at the end of the show, also, we'd like to. We're going to be watching backstage, so you're going to check out your observations.
Sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Please give it up for Eze. Thank you very much. Our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, comes all the way from France for the second part of the first half of this show. Basically, she is a very interesting rapper. She's an entertainer, and she's been dropping music for a couple of years now. We've had her on the show every time that she comes over to Cameroon. She stops by, talk to us. So at this point in time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our very next guest, all the way from France. And in here, the rapper, the one and only Azua. Come on. What's good? How's it going? It is a pleasure to have you here. You know D&D, ça fait longtemps que tu es de la maison, tu es de la famille. Ça c'est chez toi, tu es chez toi. Ok, ça fait longtemps aussi que tu viens. Approche-toi un peu comme ça là. Yeah, the camera can see you. Very good. Ça fait a minute that you've been coming to the show. Tu connais bien sûr D&D, que tu retrouves chaque fois qui est à côté de moi. D&D, tu dis quand même, tu parles rien, tu regardes, tu souris seulement.
Ouais, mais parce que c'est moi qui la reçois tout à l'heure quand elle est arrivée, donc et puis ça fait un bon bout qu'on ne s'est pas vu. Voilà, et c'est toujours un plaisir de la revoir, et que ce soit à l'émission ou hors de l'émission.
Ok, yes, absolutely, definitely, we definitely respect that. Bienvenue à l'émission, on va dire. Parle-nous un peu de l'actualité, parce qu'on vous a parlé de toi. D'abord, tu avais changé ton nom, parce que la première fois que tu as cette émission, tu t'appelais Lion.
Dame
Lion, right? Et après ça, tu deviens Azua. Like, tell us about that transformation, first of all.
Dame Lion, c'est un peu le nom qu'on m'a donné dans la rue.
Ouais.
Du coup, j'ai utilisé ça quand j'étais un peu plus libre, plus indépendante. Ouais. Et du jour au lendemain, j'ai signé dans un label et on a pensé que mon nom Azua, qui est mon propre nom de famille, était aussi quelque chose qui impactait. Donc voilà, c'est deux personnes différentes, mais en une seule lionne. C'est un peu ça.
Ok. Et Azua, ça veut dire quoi exactement?
Azua, c'est Ondo. Donc ça n'a pas de signification précise.
Mais je suis sûr que ça a une signification.
Zoa, c'est l'éléphant.
Voilà, tu commences.
C'est
le grand éléphant ou quoi? Quelque chose comme ça, mais I think it's your family name, definitely. Ça signifie plus. Est-ce que le changement de nom, qui est Dame Lion que tu as eu en route on the streets, et maintenant que tu deviens Azoa, qui est un peu sorti de la rue, of course, de la France, que tu as grandi, et revenu maintenant en Afrique, est-ce que ça a un impact dans ta musique aussi? Est-ce que ta musique a changé un peu de...
Azoa, c'est beaucoup plus de rage. Beaucoup plus de rage parce que je suis passé par énormément d'étapes. Et c'est comme une espèce de renaissance. Donc, prouver qui je suis avec le nom que j'ai, parce que je trouve que mon nom a déjà un sacré impact. Du coup, utiliser ma rage dans ce nom et me faire connaître par son nom.
Ça. Mais on parle un peu aussi de la musique, parce que c'est des hip-hop et tout. Et comme je dis, Azoa est un peu africaine. Est-ce qu'il y a maintenant plus d'influence africaine quand tu portes le nom Azoa? Like when you take up on that name, do you think that takes you, like, you know, like to an African lion perspective, and your music also has to change based on that?
Bien sûr, il y a plus d'impact avec ce nom. Ça reflète, mon nom reflète déjà le nom africain. Donc Azoa, c'est tout ce côté africain, comme tu disais.
Ok, mais there's a crazy movement maintenant avec la musique africaine qui est un peu afrobeat, c'est tout ce qui se passe à côté. Et on peut dire un peu que le rap souffle un peu en Afrique et c'est à côté du monde, et même partout dans le monde. What do you think about that, and what's your place in that, and how do you think that your music can influence that change?
Parce que ma musique, c'est mon vécu. Tout ce que je raconte dans mes musiques, c'est tout ce que je vis. Je ne raconte pas les histoires de quelqu'un, ou je raconte ce que je vis. Et
mais on peut aussi chanter ça, c'est ça que beaucoup de rappeurs font. Ils font les faciles dans la route, c'est que voilà, maintenant on va commencer à faire, tu vois, du pop, on peut exprimer ce qu'on veut exprimer dans le chant et tout. Mais on parle maintenant de hip-hop, pas vraiment le message, mais on parle de genre de musique hip-hop, rap.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle peut influencer?
Et je dis que dans un monde où tout le monde écoute plutôt le afrobeat et tout ça là, où tout te trouve dans... Tu sais que mon français est très françaisé, donc il faut peut-être, si tu ne comprends pas, il faut me demander, parce que j'ai essayé de garder beaucoup de réserves de français parce que je savais que tu venais aujourd'hui. Moi, on faisait que m'appeler et parler français toute la journée, donc il faut m'excuser, ok? Ben, le truc c'est quoi? C'est que tu peux nous expliquer un peu, what does it look like dans un monde où c'est le afrobeat qui règne et tu es un artiste hip-hop?
Moi je suis là pour faire passer dans mes musiques certains petits messages à la génération qui me suit. Donc du coup dans mes musiques, beaucoup de jeunes m'écrivent pour me dire qu'ils se voient dans ce que je fais. Donc si ça peut impacter de ce côté-là, déjà c'est très très positif pour moi. Et le hip-hop, ça restera ma veine. Ça restera dans ma vie.
Tu vas pas arriver à un moment où tu vas dire, you know what, comme tu as changé ton nom de Dame Leon to Azoa, you know, to
changer de direction.
Tu vas changer de direction.
Ça m'est arrivé de changer de direction. J'ai changé de direction quand j'étais signé. C'est-à-dire j'étais un peu plus commercial, je chantais, je rappais en même temps que je chantais. C'était un peu difficile d'entrer dans ce monde-là parce que c'était un monde un peu inconnu pour moi. Mais grâce à ça, j'ai dit que c'était un mal pour un bien. Pourquoi? Parce que ça m'a permis de me performer dans un domaine dans lequel je n'étais pas forcément dirigé.
Ok. Tu viens souvent au Cameroun, et souvent quand tu viens pour les vacances. Souvent quand tu viens aussi pour promouvoir la musique. Cette fois-ci, c'est quoi?
Là, je suis là pour mon projet.
Ok.
J'ai un projet. J'ai un EP qui va, si prête à Dieu, bientôt sortir. J'ai des clips vidéo à réaliser, d'autres sont déjà faits. Donc du coup, j'ai envie que les gens comprennent, justement, quand j'ai quitté mon label, je me suis mis en indépendante, j'ai envie que les gens voient qui je suis.
Il faut qu'on comprenne donc. Parce qu'avant, il y avait Dame Lyon qui était indépendante et qui a signé et qui devient Azoa et qui n'est plus signé et qui est restée indépendante, mais qui est restée Azoa.
Et du coup, ce projet-là, c'est un projet où j'explique beaucoup que j'ai beaucoup plus de rage parce que je suis passé, comme je dis, par plusieurs étapes. Et là, maintenant, les gens vont voir exactement qui je suis. Pas dirigé par quelqu'un ou ayant une direction précise. Là, c'est moi la kickeuse, moi la rappeuse, moi la lionne.
do you feel like Kanye after he left Adidas and stuff? Like you own your own stuff?
J'ai pas trop envie de prendre comme exemple Kanye West là en ce moment.
Bon?
Mais
Toi aussi, tu l'as cancellé?
je me vois plus comme un petit Meek Mill. J'aime beaucoup Meek Mill.
Non, je suis sûr que Kanye va pas être content avec toi. Right. Donc, ce projet, maintenant, tu travailles un peu au Cameroun. Est-ce qu'il y a des producteurs camerounais, les featuring au Cameroun?
Il y a des featuring dans mon projet. J'en ai 2. Et il y en a.
C'est déjà fini?
Ouais, les sons sont enregistrés. Je te dis, je suis dans la phase clip vidéo. J'ai envie de tout sortir d'un coup. Je n'ai pas envie de passer par plusieurs petits trucs. Du coup, tout est finalisé par la grâce de Dieu. Maintenant, c'est mettre les choses en place.
Est-ce qu'en exclusivité, on peut avoir les noms des...
Ah, en exclusivité je vais mettre le nom de mon... C'est un feat avec mon frère Tim Kaiser.
Tim Kaiser, shout out to Tim Kaiser. Tim Kaiser, Tim Kaiser, c'est de la famille, bien sûr, aussi.
Du coup, j'ai un featuring avec lui.
Ok, that's definitely going to be cool. Et qui est encore, tu as des featuring, tu as dit?
Les prochains, vous allez voir.
Mais tu vas nous donner l'exclusivité. Kim Kaiser devait nous déjà dire. Donc ça, c'est pas l'exclu, parce que Kim Kaiser, c'est la famille. Donc maintenant, il faut nous donner l'exclusivité.
Après, vous allez confirmer. Mais je vais vous le dire quand le moment sera venu. Pas de souci.
Ok, on compte jusqu'au 5, et c'est là le moment, on y va.
Là, on appelle Tim en direct, Tim va vendre la mèche. Il va vendre la mèche.
N'est-ce pas?
Oui, bien sûr.
Il va vendre la mèche.
Mais ta relation avec les artistes camerounais, le producteur camerounais, les joueurs dans l'industrie camerounaise, c'est que ton meilleur ami parfait n'est plus ici. Donc c'est comment maintenant là? How you getting into the industry? À part de moi, qui est ton ami encore?
Je suis ami avec pas mal d'artistes, aussi pas mal d'influenceurs. Du coup, c'est plus dans l'optique qu'on se partage les projets. Je demande certains avis à d'autres pour voir si je suis en train d'aller dans une bonne direction. Il y a beaucoup plus de conseils, beaucoup plus de fraternité, on va dire.
Est-ce que vous avez travaillé, collaboré ensemble? Avec des artistes comme à part King Kaiser, les autres les influenceurs pour la promo et tout ça là.
Pour la promo, on va bosser tous ensemble. On va bosser tous ensemble. Et pour avoir bossé avec d'autres artistes en studio et tout ça, à part ceux que j'ai fait des feats avec, non.
Ok, mais j'ai lu que l'autre c'est aussi un Camerounais.
C'est un Camerounais.
Tu as fini ton album au Cameroun, tu as produit ça là-bas, tu as laissé ça ici.
C'est fait depuis mon dernier voyage. J'ai enregistré, j'ai tout fait. Là, je suis venu pour faire les...
Donc c'est Made in Cameroon.
Made in Cameroon. Mais avec...
Non, mais je dis que it was conceived in Cameroon.
Genre, ça a été mixé ici.
C'est Made in Cameroon.
Ça a été fait ici.
Ça a été fait ici, ça a été mixé ici. J'ai fait... toutes mes prods ont été faits par DJ Jaurès. Je ne sais pas si vous connaissez. C'est un beatmaker de Yaoundé. Et j'ai déjà eu à travailler avec lui auparavant. Et c'est quelqu'un qui comprend très, très facilement ma direction. Donc j'arrive en studio, j'ai pas besoin de parler trop longtemps, il sait déjà ce que je veux. Donc c'était un plaisir de bosser avec lui et là il m'a fait du lourd.
Il t'a fait du lourd. Ok, we can't wait to listen to all of this parce qu'on sait que toujours...
Comme on dit souvent, c'est au pied du mur, comme le maçon.
Écoute, quelque chose qu'on fait souvent, surtout avec le monsieur qui est là, ça s'appelle le way.
Ah là tout de suite là.
Oui. Parce que elle, tu vois, elle va bien comprendre ton langage. Les gens qui viennent après, gars, ce n'est pas le français, il faut pas le mélanger avec ton français.
En fait, on devait enchaîner avec le business, musique business. Musique business. Comment elle compte gagner de l'argent avec ça? Quel est son plan business et tout?
C'est à toi.
Voilà,
vas-y.
Moi, dans l'industrie musicale au Cameroun, vu comment j'ai vu que ça fonctionnait, l'argent n'est pas forcément mon optique. Mon optique, c'est la passion, ma passion. Parce que si tu veux mettre le cœur sur l'argent dans la musique au Cameroun, je préfère travailler l'argent que je travaille là-bas et, et gagner mon pain plus facilement sans avoir trop de tracas. Mais sinon, si l'argent est là, tant mieux, on y va. Et ouais, c'est pas pour dire non plus que c'est tout le monde qui va venir faire des actions bizarres, me parler comme si c'était, tu vois.
Mais tu vois, moi j'ai un autre regard des choses, tu vois ce que je veux dire. Tu vois, dans un écosystème, tu vois, c'est important qu'il y a les choses qui se fonctionnent avec structure. On est au Cameroun, il n'y a pas de structure, tu vois ce que je veux dire. Mais on essaye de créer des structures autour de là, il n'y a pas de structure, donc on utilise les moyens. Tu vois, si tu viens, je sais que ce n'est pas l'argent que je cherche, mais tu vois, il y a beaucoup de gens ici, comme je vais dire par exemple au Nigeria qui est à côté. Si tu regardes comment les choses se passent là-bas, tu vas voir qu'il y a beaucoup de gens qui ont venu de diaspora avec une compréhension de business. Tu vois, ils ont arrivé ici et ils ont plus créé. Okay, now wow. Sorry, on a no vex. Please give me stars. Dis aux gens de me donner l'étoile. Gentiment, s'il te plaît.
Mettez des étoiles, les gars, mettez des étoiles.
Partagez, on est attaqué.
Partagez, tapoter, moi j'ai partagé à fond.
Tu as partagé à fond.
À fond.
Tout le monde a partagé, non?
Tout le monde a partagé.
Very, very good. Thank you very much. Donc, ce que je disais, c'est que, don't you see that c'est important que les gens comme vous qui sont en diaspora, moi par exemple, j'ai passé beaucoup de ma vie dans la diaspora, c'est pour ça que j'ai arrivé, j'aime ce que je connais de la musique dans ça, ou de business et tout, dans ce que je suis, dans tout ce qu'on a pu créer ici. Il y a un côté business qui tu peux facilement comprendre par rapport à beaucoup de choses, exposure and stuff. Et on compte sur les diasporas pour venir changer les choses.
Ouais,
mais si tu viens et tu dis que tu ne veux pas, c'est toi qui dois nous amener des idées de business. C'est toi qui nous indique. Tu sais que tu vois, il y a le business dans le TikTok, les downloads, les streaming et tout. Il y a beaucoup d'endroits de gagner de l'argent qu'on ne peut pas gagner parce qu'on n'est pas eligible à ça. Mais il y a beaucoup de gens qui doivent s'enregistrer de l'autre côté pour que ça marche. Et toi qui tu vis là-bas, tu peux nous montrer un clair exemple. Tu peux avoir les resources to be able to register your company out there, to be able to profit from monetization of your social media platforms, from streaming and exposure on different grounds. On est dans une époque où on est en train d'exporter la musique camerounaise, tu vois. Et je crois que nous tous, on a un travail à faire. Et toi, ça facilite la tâche pour toi. Si tu peux avoir cette connexion qui est là-bas, amener le business et faire des connexions et grandir l'industrie. Tu as une très grande responsabilité, même plus que beaucoup des artistes.
Ouais, je dis pas le contraire, mais là, on est en train de parler du business dans la musique, par exemple.
Ouais, mais c'est du business.
Moi, je suis plus...
artiste, voilà.
Je suis plus l'artiste d'abord, et comme je t'ai dit, je suis en train de redémarrer, donc je suis sur une nouvelle base, donc je suis plutôt en train d'investir sur moi d'abord, avant d'investir sur...
Parce que, pourquoi je dis ça, c'est parce que quand je vois ton trajet, tu étais indépendant, tu as signé avec un label, maintenant tu es indépendant, ça veut dire que tu as commencé art, talent, maintenant professionalism, sign a contract, become a professional artist, et maintenant devient indépendant parce que tu as appris tout le professionnalisme. Donc à ce moment, je te regarde pas seulement comme un artiste, mais je te regarde aussi comme tu vois un business, quelqu'un qui peut opérer. C'est pour ça que je te pose cette question.
Non,
en plus, parce que ça fait 2 fois que tu es venu, je t'ai pas posé des questions comme ça, mais aujourd'hui, je crois que si c'est toi qui gères ton propre business, tu dois t'asseoir ici et nous parler de business de musique. Tu vois ce que je veux dire? À ce moment, même pour nous, pour toi, pour tout le monde, il y a beaucoup à apprendre là-bas.
Exactement.
Ok, donc on va dire que la prochaine fois que tu vas passer, we're going to get the business straight, we're going to get the business right, all right?
Il faut que la prochaine fois qu'elle nous dise combien elle a gagné en streaming, en je sais pas quoi.
Vous inquiétez pas, vous inquiétez pas.
D'abord, aujourd'hui, c'est le premier jour en 5 ans que notre live est monétisé. Donc, s'il te plaît, envoie-moi les stars, man.
Tapoter.
Send me the stars, man. Tu sais que c'est les gens de banque qui connaissent faire les
bien sûr, bien sûr.
Dis-le, non?
Mais le appuyez.
You need to understand.
Appuyez.
Press them. Nakam. Send them. One time. Oh yeah, now. Let's go. Let's go.
Envoyez les étoiles.
Les étoiles. Je sais qu'il y a un truc qui va faire. Tu es aussi pas seul ici. Tu es avec des gens. Tu veux nous dire qui tu es venu avec ton équipe. C'est les membres de ton équipe.
D'accord. J'ai voyagé avec mon amie qui s'appelle Camilla.
Ok. Camilla, s'il te plaît, venez de dire aussi, de nous envoyer les étoiles. C'est comme si tu les dis d'envoyer. Ça va partir. Allez, Camilla, comment ça va?
Alors, je fais la pub, mais alors...
Comment ça va?
Alors, je fais la pub, mais alors, j'aimerais juste que vous likiez, que vous me partagez et que vous soyez à fond sur les étoiles.
C'est la partie la plus importante, en fait. Les étoiles, les étoiles. Money.
On a besoin de money. Let's make some. C'est comment le Cameroun, première fois pour toi?
Non, c'est la deuxième fois.
Alors non, je suis pas camerounaise. C'est la deuxième fois que je vis en Cameroun parce que c'est un pays magnifique.
Ouais, merci beaucoup.
Et moi, de base, je suis colombienne. Du coup, l'autre continent.
Ok, beautiful.
Mais on se connaît depuis un moment et puis je suis à fond sur ses projets et puis je lui souhaite que du bon.
C'est la deuxième fois que tu es là et ton meilleur plat, le plat qui te fait revenir.
Le plat préféré au Cameroun.
Ouais. Alors je vais être très cliché, c'est vraiment beignet haricots bouillis. Mais une délice.
Je m'attendais à un dolé ou coco, machin. Non, là c'est une vraie fille du mot.
Elle mange avec des bois. C'est l'autre là, c'est un peu plus compliqué. Merci beaucoup. Et elle n'était pas seule, elle était avec quelqu'un qui était en train de nous filmer. Donc si tu vois cette vidéo, c'est elle qui filmait. C'était qui?
Celle qui filme, c'est ma meilleure amie.
Ok.
Elle s'appelle Lexus.
Ok, wow, ça c'est une grosse voiture. Ça.
Elle était avec nous, tu te rappelles la dernière fois que tu es venue?
Dans l'équipe, ça change pas.
Elle est toujours là.
Ça change pas. Let's make some noise for that, parce que ça c'est très important. C'est très important. Je dis ça aux gens, je dis ça tout le temps aux gens, que c'est très important d'avoir le même genre dans l'équipe. Vous grandissez ensemble et ça montre un côté de loyalty and direction and honesty. Tu vois, jusqu'à un niveau, voilà. Mon français va finir dans 4 minutes. je commence à faire le bip, 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 bip.
Bon, on va enchaîner avec le way. On va enchaîner avec le way. Est-ce que vous êtes au courant que la dépression, ça tue?
Bien sûr.
Au Cameroun, surtout, je dis surtout au Cameroun, mais en Occident, là-bas, c'est officiel, on sait que ça tue.
Attends, une seconde, il y a un truc que je voulais faire, parce qu'on m'a tant demandé ça, même les gens qui sont sur Facebook m'ont demandé ça. On dit que quand je suis là, je te perturbe. Ok? Donc ce que je vais faire, c'est que je vais te laisser, tu vas faire ça, après tu vas présenter la chanson de Azoa qu'on a là-bas, Nobiso, ok? Voilà, et après la chanson de Azoa, on va faire, je crois qu'il y a un commercial break quelque part. Ok, à 21h, on va faire ça et jusqu'à 21h, avant 21h, on va faire commercial break. Mais avant ça, on va arrêter pour faire le deuxième partie de live. Mais entre maintenant et là-bas, parlez votre français.
Bon, braquez déjà les caméras ici. Voilà. Donc je continue mon speech. Voilà. C'est moi qui tiens l'émission actuellement. Et envoyez les étoiles. Bon, comme je disais, la dépression, ça tue.
Exactement.
Oui, ça tue. Ici au Cameroun, on a l'impression que la dépression, ça n'existe pas, mais ça existe. Ouais. Déjà, 99% sont dépressifs en fait. Ouais. La preuve, quand tu pour savoir que les Camerounais sont très dépressifs, quand tu descends de l'avion, le premier taximan ou bien la première moto que tu empruntes, comment est-ce que tu sais que le mec est dépressif? Un taximan ou bien un motoman?
Les dépressifs sont très souvent sur la défensive.
Ouais.
Ils sont souvent sur la défensive, ils font directement ressortir leurs problèmes de la vie quotidienne. Ouais. C'est-à-dire, si tu sais que quelqu'un est joyeux, c'est aussi vrai qu'il y a d'autres dépressifs qui cachent leur douleur ou leur peine par leur sourire. Ouais. Et il y en a d'autres qui ne savent pas cacher leurs émotions et qui les montrent directement. Mais quelqu'un de dépressif, il faut vraiment aider ce genre de personnes parce que c'est très très dur.
Ouais. Et parfois ça va directement avec des grosses insultes dans la ville.
Voilà, les mototaxis.
Chez les mototaxis, quelle est l'insulte populaire?
Que ta maman. Ta maman.
Le taximan bouffe, va là-bas. Voilà. Et en Europe, ils vont chez des psys.
Chez des psychologues. Ouais.
Voilà, pour soigner ça. Et ici, nos psychologues ici.
C'est les bars.
Oh, tu connais. Nos psychologues, c'est des bars. C'est les bars. Ou bien, tu empruntes une moto. Et dès que tu empruntes une moto, tu lances le commentaire. Le motoman. Parce que chez nous ici, la meilleure façon d'évacuer ça, c'est d'en parler. C'est de faire le commentaire, soit dans le taxi, soit sur une moto. Tu vois un peu? Quand tu prends une moto, directement tu expliques ton problème. Regarde, là où je te parle, là, j'ai 6 mois de loyer. mon bailleur, je n'ai même pas dormi chez moi depuis. Et puis tu enchaînes avec le benzineur. En descendant de ta moto, tu es soulagé en fait.
Ouais.
Dans le taxi, pareil. Ouais. Tu vois, dans le taxi, pareil. Il suffit que tu as un souci, peut-être un enfant à l'hôpital, je ne sais pas quoi, tu es un peu stressé. Tu lances juste ton sujet dans le taxi. Ouais. Au bout de ton trajet, on débat, on t'aide à évacuer. Et dès que tu sors du taxi, bouf, c'est parti. Tu vois que nos psychiatres ici, c'est la rue.
C'est la rue.
C'est la rue.
Mais c'est pas ça qu'il y a dans mon avis. Hein. C'est pas ça qu'il y a. Parce que ce sera pendant un instant. Un dépressif a vraiment besoin d'être soigné. Soigné.
Bah là,
parce qu'il va être là, tu vas lui faire plaisir pendant un moment de la journée. Et quand tu vas rentrer à la maison, bah, c'est comme dire je vais oublier mes soucis, je vais noyer mes soucis en buvant. Tu bois, ça dure 1 heure, 2 heures. Tu rentres à la maison, le lendemain, tu te réveilles,
non, là, ce que tu dis, c'est dans le cadre normal. Ouais. Hein? Est-ce que tu vas dire à un pousseur qui est dépressif, qui est assis au bar avec sa bière en main, que Joe, voilà, tu as besoin d'aller voir un médecin? Sérieux?
Ouais,
tu vois, c'est très compliqué.
C'est compliqué.
Voilà. Donc, ce qu'il faut dire aux gens, expliquer, parler, lâchez-vous. Voilà. C'est de cette façon qu'on peut vous aider. Tu vois, c'est de cette façon qu'on peut vous aider. Mais sinon, la meilleure personne, c'est un psychiatre. Allez vous faire consulter. Mais si vous ne pouvez pas,
si regarde, lâchez-vous. Pas les moyens, ouais.
Voilà, ne t'envoie pas le magasin, mon frère. Sors tout, dis tout. Bon, on va sur ce pas écouter
mon son.
Ton son?
C'est une exclusivité d'ailleurs en passant.
Sur Nabstar, ouais, Radio AUDACE.
C'est gang, envoyez des likes, envoyez des étoiles, les gars.
Ouais.
La lionne est de retour. Check ça. Quand j'arrive, tous ces négros me vesquillent. Après l'heure, c'est plus l'heure, je ne cause plus.
Des questions, je m'en pose plus. C'est lancé, c'est fini, je me repose plus. Fuck le jet privé, je suis en Benskin. Quand j'arrive, dis-moi négro, je baisse qui. Dans ce game, y'a beaucoup trop de lèche-cul. Que des susbites, que des faux culs. Je connais le goût de la traîtrise.
Je l'ai encore vécu hier.
J'ai eu beaucoup trop de maîtrise. J'ai fini d'être la fille gentille, oui, allez leur dire que j'ai grandi. J'ai le feeling, le swag d'une bandit, du sang dans mes yeux comme des lentilles. Et même si j'ai faim, je ne mendie pas. Et pour mon succès, je ne sucerai pas. Non. Abracadabra, je vais leur faire du sale. Donnez-moi le brassard, je vais remonter la barre. Je viens de sortir du bar avec une taille de sky. Ils ont chopé les pouvoirs, ma tête sur le comptoir. Difficile de me parler, je ne peux pas t'écouter. Ça peut vite te canner. Pour ton cas, je le sais, je n'ai plus de pitié. Ratatatatata. Tous des fils de pute, mais pas des racailles. Je suis la maman quand je coupe et décale. J'ai à peine commencé qu'ils ont déjà le trac. Beaucoup la faim quand je parle. Pour ce qu'ils m'en veulent, je me régale. Je fais des victimes, j'ai la dalle. Miroir, miroir, dis-moi qui est la plus sale. Beaucoup la ferme quand je parle. Pour ce qu'ils m'en veulent, je me régale. Je fais des victimes, j'ai la dalle. Les miroirs, miroir, dis-moi qui est la plus sale. C'est Azoa. C'est qui? Et dis-moi c'est qui? Ah, c'est parti, c'est ma préférée. C'est qui? Check. Les hypocrites sont dans mon dos. Les motherfuckers veulent me dos. Ils essayent de jouer les chauves. Pour autres, tous la tête de chauve-souris. Les hypocrites sont dans mon dos. Les motherfuckers veulent me dos. Ils essayent de jouer les chauves. Pourtant, ils ont tous une tête de chauve-souris.
I won't mess with that. Azua, you heard me?
Gang,
brand
gang.
new, coming through to you like pop, pop, pop. You can't stand the heat, get the hell out of the kitchen. This comes to you straight out from Cameroon, and it don't get no better than this. You heard me? I see the Afro beat in it, I see the Afro vibe in it. Mais je sens la rage aussi, je sens la rage aussi. So y'all should get ready for this one. We want to listen to some real music and get cranky and get down and get some hot pop, hip hop going on. There's one place to turn to. Azua, let's make some noise for that right there. Donc, the projects are still énormément beaucoup. Il y a combien de chansons dans ce projet? Ça va sortir quand?
Il y en a 5.
5
sons.
Alright, et ça va sortir quand?
J'espère avant décembre, avant que je rentre. Du coup, j'aimerais bien faire tout ça. Je peux pas partir d'ici tant que c'est pas sorti.
Ok, et le premier single, ça c'est sorti, c'est déjà sorti?
Pas sorti, j'ai donné l'exclusivité.
Ça c'est l'exclusivité. Tout ça, parler, c'est pour arriver là-bas. trying to bluff on that. You should probably flex on them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got to flex on them. So yeah, exclusivity right here. You heard it here. A new part a year. Don't forget that. So that's why it's always good to get it popping and get it kicking. Azoa, you're not going anywhere parce que ça c'est une émission où tu sais comment on finit ensemble tout le temps. On a des backstage, this one and the other one over there. Voilà, il faut qu'on commence. On va rentrer, commence à amuser et avoir une exclusivité parce qu'on a l'exclusivité qu'on ne veut pas laisser partir. Donc, let's abuse that music a little bit. All right? On peut consommer sans modération.
Let's go.
Let's do that. Azoa, ladies and gentlemen.
Check.
That's cool on the beat.
Azoa. C'est gang gang tout ça. Hey. Petite fille sage a grandi dans les villes de Libreville. Aujourd'hui est devenue une femme, ouais. J'ai des principes et des codes pour la famille. Je tire ne jamais rater ma cible. Et ça, pour ça, ouais. Chaque jour je barrage. Falamoniama, Mbeng n'est pas facile. Et ça, tu connais. Famille à nourrir, moi. L'échec, je l'évite. Donc je suis prête à faire du sale pour eux, tu connais. On m'a critiqué sans aucune raison. Ils m'ont insulté même quand j'avais raison. Aujourd'hui je suis la jeune rappeuse qu'ils écoutent, qu'ils entendent. Ils sont nombreux partout dans le monde. C'est vrai que je suis simple, mais je suis têtu. C'est vrai que je suis humble, mais la rue m'a eu. Alors j'écris ces quelques mesures pour mes warman, pour mes donman qui ont un but. Parfois je me sens seul dans le noir. Petit verre de sky tous les soirs. Maman m'a dit qu'elle voulait la villa. Donc pour la maman je paierai la villa, ouais. Parfois j'écris mes textes dans le noir. Un petit verre de sky tous les soirs. Maman m'a dit qu'elle voulait la villa. Donc pour la maman je paierai la villa, ouais. Check. J'espère que vous avez aimé. Nickel. C'est gang gang tout ça. Azoa. L'instru elle est lourde, hein. Ouais, vas-y, kick.
Ah ouais. Ça a commencé où? Alright, pop up the volume a little bit de la musique, écoute bien. Alright now. See, I know I shouldn't do a remix to what Azoa did, but something I see is I should what have done. I'm doing this on the radio station, we're doing a good show, backlights, camera, action. I started it like a small boy fashion. Now I'm coming through passion. And if I had to do something, it would be caution, cause this is really a bad day, notion. This is my nation, CMR. We're doing it like we do it every day. See me now? I got Azoa in the building now. We doing this show, we be putting it down. Turn around, man, who is the man? The one and only NBRL, no bill for real. We be doing this from YDE to DLA, looking for CFA every other day.
Parfois j'écris mes textes dans le noir. Petit verre de sky tous les soirs. Maman m'a dit qu'elle voulait la villa. Donc pour la maman je paierai la villa, ouais. Parfois j'écris mes textes dans le noir. Un petit verre de sky tous les soirs. Maman m'a dit qu'elle voulait la villa. Donc pour la maman je paierai la villa, ouais.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it was Azoa and no one else out here on the Numero Uno station. This show comes up every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. But since we do not stick to the rules, we go way above 8, 10 p.m. You understand? We start later than 8 p.m. We go, hey, shut, on fait comme on fait. You know, ça comme ça sort ici. You understand what I'm saying? That's a cool thing about the show. We never keep the time, but we're always here on time. We're always there on the call, all right? Le way était intéressant.
Très intéressant.
Alright, tu as appris quoi?
J'ai appris que les dépressifs au Cameroun, ils boivent de l'alcool, ils se retrouvent dans des bars et ils racontent leur vie un peu à tout le monde pour se sentir un peu mieux.
Ouais, et aussi, on a aussi appris que au Cameroun, ce n'est pas, c'est seulement les gens qui sont tellement fous qui marchent nus qui sont considérés les fous. Donc, il y a au moins 80% des gens qui sont mentalement pas normaux et qui n'ont pas encore enlevé les habits, donc qui marchent en route. Donc, on est un petit, grand centre de Jamou.
Voilà.
Ok.
Il a fait un récap.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We will coming right back, and when we come back, we're going to take on the next part of this show. Azoa was in the house. We appreciate her, but she's not going anywhere. She's going to be back. You're going to see her at the end of part 2 of the show. From now to then, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And for the live viewers, I hope you have given me stars. I'm going to go check it out right now. When we come back with part 2, we're going to be talking to the lion indomitable lion of cinema, Can Quentus, and the indomitable lion of music, the only King Salatiel.
Let's go.
Let's get it going.
BGC Melody.
On saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule, dis-moi, on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule.
This is tu vois tu veux, tu ne vois pas tu mourras, tu vois tu veux, tu ne vois pas tu veux.
Matango, 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 matango. You're good as summer, you're good, matango, 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 matango. You're good as summer, you're matango, ça fait ira, ça les paris, allez. Come on, man. Ça les paris, allez. Come on, man. Ça fait ira, ça les paris, allez. Come on, man. Ça les paris, allez. Come on, man. On saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule, dis-moi on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule, dis-moi on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule. Ah, toi qui bois le whisky, moi je bois le matango, dis-moi on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule. Ah, toi qui bois le champagne, moi je bois le matango, dis-moi on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule. Ah. Matango, matango, royal matango, royal matango. You're good as summer, you're real matango, 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 royal matango, royal matango. You're good as summer, you're matango, ça fait ira, ça les paris, allez. Come on, man. Ça les paris, allez. Come on, man. Ça fait ira, ça les paris, allez. Come on, man. Ça les paris, allez. Come on, man. On saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule, dis-moi on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule, dis-moi on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule. La vie est cool, faut pas compliquer, vérité arrête de paniquer, moi je suis pas un pénguiste, moi je suis pas un métis, ah le matango, je connais ça, le bon talo, je connais ça, le bongo tabi, je connais ça, le achombo, je connais ça. Pour Marie, je chante n'a pas mis. Django, je chante n'a pas mis. Pour nous, des volets, je le bon mamie. Ah, ou des n'a pas mis. Ah, c'est moi, jaja. We are the new tea, jaja. Now we flex with the baba. Moi, de fois, moi, de beaucoup de baba. One shot. Tu vois le whisky, moi, je vois le matango. Dis-moi, on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule, on saoule. Ah, toi qui vois le champagne, moi, je vois le matango. Dis-moi, on saoule pas, on saoule, on saoule. Ah, ça fait.
Radio AUDACE, 106.8 FM.
Les gosses sont sapés. Oui, mais faut se dépêcher. Les plans sont tracés, confirmés. Ce soir on va gâter, s'amuser. Bébé, mais laisse-moi t'amener. Ce soir on va jaillir. Mais où sont mes gambangando? Aujourd'hui il n'y a pas boulot. On consomme la colle comme de l'eau. Comme de l'eau, comme de l'eau. Mais où sont mes gambangando? Aujourd'hui il n'y a pas l'école. On consomme champagne comme de l'eau. Comme de l'eau, comme de l'eau. I just wanna have some fun tonight. Drink some beer, chase some girls and end up getting high. I just wanna forget about work tonight. Drink some beer, chase some girls and end up getting high. Hooray, c'est le week-end. C'est le week-end. Hooray, c'est le week-end. C'est le week-end. Vendredi soir. Yeah. Samedi soir. Yeah. Tout cet argent que l'on travaille, c'est pourquoi même. Du lundi à vendredi à l'école, mais c'est quoi, mais toute cette économie là, c'est pourquoi, chez nous les vendredis c'est vacances et c'est ça, mais où sont mes gambes bangando? Aujourd'hui il n'y a pas boulot. On consomme la colle comme de l'eau. Comme de l'eau. Mais où sont mes films bangando? Aujourd'hui on jette chaque année. On consomme whisky comme de l'eau. Comme de l'eau.
I just wanna have some fun tonight. Drink some beer, chase some girls and end up getting high. I just wanna forget about work tonight. Drink some beer, chase some girls and end up getting high.
Hooray, c'est le week-end. C'est le week-end. Hooray, c'est le week-end. C'est le week-end.
Vendredi soir, yeah. Samedi soir, yeah. One shot to take it for the weekend. I just wanna be there. Ce soir, on s'assoit pas, on se repose pas. Mais est-ce que vous êtes fatigué? Est-ce que vous êtes fatigué?
Je vois que vous êtes fatigué. Je sens que vous êtes fatigué. Alors on fait la fête ou quoi? Afrique en chagement. Buvez.
Vous écoutez Radio AUDACE, il est 21h.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
Tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. On the wise for yeah, no play. Sabi ne the hide over Sabi all day. We don't need wife for yeah, don't take. Small no be sick, I be big country. Bounce on my for tell you know it's okay. Life for yeah, not teach with the young all day. Remy on a feet, she the hustle all day. We the stop and really quick with some hustle coffee. Small kite chick, the work for big pay. Guess man off his sleep where the job never pay. Panzo on the beat, see the wait now payday. Life on repeat, I beg you press play. Now welcome to the streets where the real boys stay. No to defeat, we the win all day. We killing that maga like Boomba, yeah. X on the matter like the CIA.
I know they find me palava for yeah.
No, 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 no.
Si tu veux mal, on te traite comme un facochère.
No, 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 no.
We just follow the vibe, we know the best.
No, 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 no.
Just right here, I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best. Cause I'm really am the best. Cause this is Africa TI. Jump on the roof of TI. Pass me the tin TI. Me and my men, them I feel like. Cause this is Africa TI. Jump on the roof TI. Pass me the tin TI. Turn up the radio, feel like.
Every other city we go, now we the one radio. No matter where you go, they gon' tell you say now we on the high for yeah, got there. Set jacker then make a head pop play. We don't need drive for years, c'est parce que on monte sur la moto bâché. We know they like chop, no one day. We don't need chop flop, big CFA. We know they knock mop with the lock côté. Now actually talk à côté. We don't get passport for take, we go there. But when you go there, go find we for day. They be thinking that we sleeping, but they pay steady go and made it look for our kitchen. They go fear what we are cooking.
I know they find me palava for yeah. Si tu veux mal, on te traite comme un facochère. We just follow the vibe, we know the best. Cause right here I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best.
You know what, cause I really am the best.
Cause this is Africa TI. Don't jump on the roof of TI. Pass me the tin TI. Me and my men them I feel like. Cause this is Africa TI. Jump on the roof TI. Pass me the tin TI. Turn on the radio feel like.
Every other city we go, now we the one radio. No matter where you go, they gon' tell you say now we
one a tiger, the other one a dog, the other one a pussy, the other one a rat, the other one a
Shut
goat.
up!
I bet you don't fight.
Now come say, don't lay off for you! No, yeah?
Look me, untouchable.
But if I don't make a man touch you inside here,
you don't touch me, it's my eye.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah. On the wise for here, no play. Sabi ne the hide over Sabi all day. We don't the war for yeah, don't take. Small no be sick, I be big country. Bounce on my for there, you know it's okay. Life for yeah, na teach with the young all day. Remy on a fit, she the hustle all day. We the stop and really quick with some hustle call.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? How's everybody doing today? We back up on the show, and this is the second part of it. So please share this live, share this live, share this live, share this live. This is that second part of the show where we're going to be taking up on the show. This second part of the show where we're going to be doing the part that I told you that we're going to be doing. This is time we're going to be taking up on the next guest that I told you that we're going to be taking up on. He is very, very important as far as the Cameroonian entertainment industry is concerned. He is a producer, he is a label owner. He has groomed, raised, and mentored, written, produced, composed one of the biggest hits in the country and the biggest artists in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today with his brand new single, he's out here parce que c'est toujours sucré quand c'est nouveau. Give it up for the one and only High Man General Salatiel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Il est là.
Welcome, madam. Let's put our hands together. We'll just get this stuff right now. Because there's so many accolades that we have to give to you, that we have to keep giving to you, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot that you've been doing. Congratulations to you, by the way, first of all, and everything that you've been able to achieve and everything that you have been doing. We were just saying right now that you are very influential as far as the musical scene is concerned, not just as an artist, but as a producer, as a label owner, as a mentor, as a composer, and more importantly, as just someone who, for a lot of people don't know that, like behind the scenes, there's a lot of work that you actually do to push things forward. So I must commend you from that and say congratulations to you for that. Most of the times you get negative, feedbacks and stuff, but sometimes somebody's got to sit down and tell you what's up, what's real, and what's really popping. So congratulations to you on everything that you've done, on all that you've been able to achieve. We really do appreciate you for that. Let's make some noise for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So welcome to the studio. First of all, brand new single, it's out. C'est sucré quand c'est nouveau. Bien, dis-tu as déjà écouté ça? Dis-moi, qu'est-ce que tu penses de cette chanson?
Non, je n'ai pas encore écouté. Je crois que l'excuse était ici.
Tu dors.
Tu dors au premier pas.
Mais j'ai vu les partages, mais j'ai pas encore écouté.
Tu as vu les partages, c'est quoi?
Ouais, je suis trop loin, mon frère.
Dis-moi, comment Ivory Coast?
Tu es loin, mon frère.
Tu es ivoirien. Tu ne vois rien.
Donc, d'ici que je vais commencer à voir. Je vais commencer à voir d'un moment à l'autre là.
Let's talk about it. Secret Sansa Nouveau is a dope song. The video is done by King Stevens and it was another killer. Let's just talk about this song for a second, right? Tell us about the composition, how you got about with it, and the fact that you're able to connect your stories is so interesting musically. Like this was able to touch Anita fans and tell us about this song.
Well, Secret Nouveau is a brand new song of its own. It's not an Anita series song.
Well, of course not.
It connects because,
people were used to seeing you with Anita. That was your musical love.
Yeah, I mean, we succeeded to do something that was never done before in Cameroon.
Right.
That was doing a song that was a series.
Right.
And every single one of the songs of the series for 3 years, we kept people busy.
Right.
What's going to happen
Absolutely,
next?
Absolutely. I know, right?
Yeah.
It was 3 years on the run.
3 years in a row. And in those 3 years, still doing other singles, dropping albums, doing stuff, but still having this one story, you know. That's the first in Cameroon, and that was something I wanted to try. And I'm happy that it worked. And now Secret Nouveau, you know, is kind of connecting. I don't know.
I know,
somehow we just connected. Like, what's next for Salatiel after Anita?
Right.
New girl, Dorothy.
That's the new girl. By the way, congratulations on the new girl. But some people are mad, like, oh, come on, man, what happened to Anita and everything? And then you just told them, like, Anita is out of the story right now.
Yeah, I mean,
get used to the new girl.
Yeah, we Salatiel's career and life is not all about
Anita, right?
So we did something which I really appreciate the fans and those that follow me.
Right.
We made history.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we made history with the Anita series, and we're gonna maybe continue it someday, or maybe find a way of giving more beautiful stories.
Right. And I think that's something I must say. Your music has a lot of storytelling in it, and you're also able to depict the stories in the videos that you get to create.
Yeah.
You know, even if you look at Good Girl, for instance, this is like basically a movie. Anita is the same thing. And even right now, with Secret Sansa Nouveau, I think it's really sweet because, like, you have this house scenes and this, like, you know, you're seeing you acting a nice home alone. I find there's a lot of acting in it, and there's this interesting story behind it. Like, what's the relationship between music and storytelling?
Yeah, every song that I have written, whether for myself or for other artists, I always did it with a story. I write a story first. I write a script. I kind of write a movie.
Yeah, like a board. Like
yeah. So every director that has shot with me is going to tell you, I have lost the stories for my songs.
Right.
Yeah, there is a story for every song that I write, and that's why it's easy to get the video right, because you have a song like Ramboursé.
Right.
I wrote a film. I had a film in my head and wrote a song around the film, and then just interpreted it to Dr. King, and it's matching because it was the movie before the song.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's how I write my songs. Even when I'm writing, doing different styles of writing, I like painting pictures.
Pictures first, before you compose the song.
Before I compose the song, yeah.
So basically just composing the song of a picture that you've already painted, and you're bringing that picture into life.
Yes, of course.
That is a very interesting thing, because I think that a lot of people have been thinking about the secret behind your genius, and I think that's one of them.
Yeah, that's one part of it. That's one part of it.
All right, you know, we always put up questions and had a lot of people to ask you questions, so we're going to do that. I hope everybody here is sharing the life. Like, please share the life. But I know it's on new thing. I don't guess on new level for in my life. They come and say start them. Say they took and so they give start and say they give me though. I swear, please look for that camera. So tell them they trick and when they give me start, I better tell them they give me start. Where is the life? Where is the life? Is it like okay, stars. Give us stars, bro. Star Nakudi, Star Nakudi. You know what I'm saying? There are a few questions actually that we had here for you. All right. They say, first of all, this is from our partner bloggers, right? It says your new song is doing really great. I understand that it's a single from your upcoming album, Africa Represented, had a major featurings like the one with Ghanaian Stoneboy and Mr. Leo. why have you not released the video for such powerful collaborations? And do you think that the audios can make people feel the impact of those songs? So I think the people are talking about this new. The question actually is from this new song that you just dropped right now. It's not from the. It's not from Africa Represent. And when you drop this now, it's like you're living Africa Represent. Comes something.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And they feel like you left out some things that we would have liked to.
Africa Represented is my first album.
Éteins le micro, s'il vous plaît, qui des gens ne parlent pas. Merci.
Africa Represented is my first album, and it's kind of my CV.
Right.
I had to drop that album when I dropped it because there were a lot of things that went wrong in 2020.
Right.
You know, Black is King tour canceled. A lot of great things for me went wrong, and I wanted to drop a CV because everybody was watching. Who is Salatiel? What can he do?
Right.
And that album is still there, and it's not done.
Right.
Yeah. It was my first album in the middle of the COVID pandemic and all of that.
Right.
So a lot of things slowed us down, and we're looking for new momentum, new energy, and do better remixes. You know, update the production and stuff, and do better remixes for these same songs, and shoot videos for. We already are in talks with the Sauti Soul, you know, and we're gonna have a couple of more videos from that album, and while promoting the new album. All of that music is still Salatiel's music, and it's still on.
So you totally agree that there's still a lot more impact that you still have
there
to
is
make
still
with
a
the
lot
songs
more.
from.
Yeah, there are some songs from Africa Represented that deserve to have a video, which we could not do in the time when
you released it because of.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, things are moving very fast, and we have to move as fast as things are moving. Yeah, so we're picking up new momentum, you know, to not stay on the spot and be redoing things, but picking up new momentum and then coming back maybe with better remixes for.
So what you're saying is that we might hear it, but we might hear them like as remixes.
Yeah. You
might drop the video, might come out as a
the video
remix.
would come out with a remix. I mean, the songs are there, the remixes are there, the vocals are there, and we're going to do something great about it, you know, to impact the rest of Africa even more with the music.
Right, because that should not definitely be let to pass. Let's talk about this new song now, like you say. What is the story about Ce Sucré Cancer Nouveau?
That's it. The song says it all. But musically, I got an inspiration. Something sparked up my inspiration, and that was a song from Monique Seka.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're gonna play that song, you're gonna hear the instrument.
I love
There's
that
an
song.
instrument playing that sound.
Is it that
in that no. Dun, 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 dun. That is what sparked up the whole inspiration. The rest was just, you know, adding things around, bringing in the new trend, you know, putting in the lyrics and just imagining. It's just like I said, write a story. I write a story of like, okay, how do I want to sing this song? I want to sing this song from a perspective of two people that just fell in love. C'est Sucré Cancer Nouveau, find the catchy words. I mean, if you hear the song, every line is a punchline. Every single line
is a punchline. That's it. It's a crazy. It's really well written, and I think that a lot of people are going to be catching up on it. It's doing pretty well right now. How you say how your numbers doing? You contented?
No, it's doing really good. On YouTube we have more than 100 views already, but cumulatively on all social media platforms we already are in more than 5 million. So
let's make some noise for that. That's definitely something that we need to put our hands together for. Bravo for that, and definitely bravo to that. Congratulations on that. We should also be talking about Alpha Beta Records, because I think that this was released under Alpha Beta.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Of course.
What is the state of Alpha Beta Records right now? What artists do we have signed to your label?
Salatiel is the only artist of Alpha Beta Records right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at this point in time.
Yeah.
All right. But I must say, like, shout out to Alpha Beta Records, because a couple of days ago we were just looking at it and trying to think about, I think, a trend that should be encouraged a lot more in Cameroon, which is the fact that if you look at your lifespan for your career, you have been very selfless as far as developing other careers are concerned. Not only have you been able to, you know, set up a label that was able to put out one of the most prolific and the biggest Cameroonian artists that we have today in the urban entertainment industry, but they've also gone to be able to build bigger brands for themselves in the production field and musical field and create labels that have produced also some of the top artists today. So I must say, if you look at it from a generation standpoint of view, you actually do have grandkids in the industry today that are doing very well while you're still
yeah.
in the lifespan or the peak of your career. And that's something I think a lot of people don't get to see or appreciate. And I must say, you have actually put out and on a lot more artists collectively than all Cameroonian artists put together. So let's put your hands together. You have actually written, produced, made hits and put a lot of artists to shine. Even a lot of people that even so many artists that a lot of people don't know about or didn't understand. But if you're smarter in the industry and you see what is behind it, and of course you look at the credits, you see the brain behind it is always you. But you've been able to do that single-handedly, much more than almost all the Cameroon artists put together. So I must commend you. I think people have doubled your career, and we cannot see artists that they have to show for it. At this point in time, you being the only artist on the label, is it like you've learned a SAR lesson, or at this point in time it is just what your focus is, or how? Because we want to see. I'm going to say this again because there are two people that come to mind when I think about you in Nigeria. It's Don Jazzy and Bado, and I think that you have that power and that possibility to do that, because not only you have even a lot more, like you compose, you write, you're an artist, you're very influential also, and you have a huge following, so it's advantageous in all ways that probably both of them have put together. We wanted to have a follow-up from it. You understand what I'm saying? But it's been a while that has been short. It's a trend you started, and now people still want to look at you doing more because the first fruits did. Where are you at this point?
The thing is, a lot of people don't know the background of show business and how it happens. You know, I am happy and proud of all what I have done so far, but it did not end there where people think they know. I'm still doing it today. It's not an easy thing for a guy to have for a man to have a business, have a label that is yours, you're on the market, and then you are doing things for other labels that are supposed to be competing with you. You're raising your own competition. All around the country. That's what I did. Besides the artists that I produced,
obviously, that's what I'm talking about.
I was raising Stevens as a competition against myself by writing and producing for Daphne. Paid or little paid or whatever it is, but it's me putting up the competition. You know, we could keep all of that music for Alpha Beta Records, or doing it for Zion Records with Meshi, or doing it for Big Dreams with Loco. You know, I don't think I know anybody that has done that in Cameroon before. But I have been doing it so much, and I keep doing it till today. I mean, I think if we look closely, besides Chris M, some of the biggest songs that have been in Cameroon today, one is Indira, Je laisse tout à Dieu. Which no, people don't know, but I wrote that song completely, wrote it, and you know, and same for last year. You know, I'm still doing that same thing that I've been doing. Just that to produce artists is a lot of investment, financial investment, and it's something that it's easily not sustainable, because you're doing all this work, royalties are not really paying.
The industry is not conducive.
There is no system that rewards these kinds of
business ventures.
Business ventures, yes. As an artist, I make way more income than I would make as a producer.
Which is not supposed to be the case.
Which is not supposed to be the case. Normally, I could just produce, you know, and chill, and royalties are flowing in, and there should be no artist that is richer than me in the country. But it doesn't work that way, so I have to hustle. I have to hustle, continue hustling in the industry, and continue developing the artist that I am, you know, and putting out music, which people love, you know.
We love that.
Because at the end of the day, it's also a thrive to stay relevant over the years. That's what every artist wants, you know, that every time, and it's been years and years, and there is no year where there's a conversation without Salatiel, whether as a producer, whether as a songwriter, whether as an artist.
And then congratulations to you for that. Like I say, you've always been in the news, relevant, making hits, either you're writing them, composing them, or just singing them yourself. Anywhere you look around it, there's a lot of success around your career, something that we can definitely not. But at this point in time, I'm talking about Steven's music. They almost also don't have any artists on the label also at this point in time.
I think there's
what is this? Do you think there's something going on here, just like Boy Tag and I don't know, Emperor maybe?
I don't know
what do you
yeah,
think is the situation of Big Dreams, for instance, that you also talked about? Some of the labels that you worked with. They barely have any artists on their roster at this point in time.
Well, I don't know what is going on in people's houses.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like that's a general phenomenon.
But the general, there's a general problem of one. Showbiz demands a lot of money and a lot of investment, and if you're investing and you're dealing with someone that is not loyal and not patient enough to understand that this investment needs time, it is not an investment. You know, people are doing music, you put in the money, you put in the money, you put in the money, you don't know when it's gonna come back, you know. Yeah, you put up strategies, you put up sometimes somebody's bad karma is just gonna kill everything. But at the end of the day, it's not easy to deal with some people. You know, artist label relationships sometimes are strainers. Sometimes when the money is not flowing, I mean, right now, if you're producing, for example, in Europe and you succeed to get your artist to the level of Kamini, if you're even in the smallest countries, you're going to have a lot of streaming. Yeah, you know, and you don't need to depend on one grand frère or go and kiss somebody's ass, you know, somewhere to expect to be booked for a show before you expect to make back any money. Yeah, so there is a serious problem of flow. Yeah, there's a serious problem of flow. That's what I know generally as an experience.
As a money flow,
yes, money flow. Yeah, and also in the midst of all this, what could help a label to sustain a label? What always kept me was, you know, the fact that everybody in the group understands what we are doing and understands what is happening. We are investing, we're working, we're putting energy together. It's gonna pay. One day it's gonna come, and we will forget about all this suffering and stuff. Yeah, and I did it,
and it worked.
Yeah, and it worked. You know, it worked. But nowadays, artists are becoming more and more impatient. You meet a young man before you even talk to him. He has 10 contracts. People following him with contracts. You know, you ask yourself, when did you sign this contract? When you don't even have a hit song. You have not struggled to even understand the milieu a little bit by yourself. Now you have people following you know, coming after you with contracts, and you don't even know how to deal with it because you don't even know your left and your right in the milieu. And it becomes very difficult. And right now, it's even hard to find a young man where you ask, okay, what's up? And then you find out that young man is free. You know,
doesn't have
just
a contract.
there is always
something.
There is always something, and some people are not nice enough to be like, okay, if there's an opportunity for you to work higher on a higher level, let's let go. And I don't want to find myself in a fight with anybody or no.
So you would say, do we think at any given point in time we could be blessed to have another, you know, set of Alpha Beta?
Yes, of course. I'm always up to something, always. Alpha Beta Records, what I am doing right now is using myself as a blueprint. After having done all what I have done, man, I don't settle people for the country. I don't
concentrate on you.
I don't settle people for comeback kind style. I still settle people till today. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't want to send people to go and know what is supposed to be done for an artist to start up a career, take over Cameroon, take over French Africa, take over Africa, take over the world.
Those are the stages.
Yeah, those are the stages. And I am using myself as a blueprint to work that work.
You invest in yourself, you make your own mistakes, you
work that work, get the connections, and then do what Don Jazzy did that.
He used his career first.
Enter the industry, do his music, connect yourself worldwide,
and then sit back, relax,
and make a factory.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I think that's great.
That's what I want to do now. And they say you travel far, you travel faster when you travel light. Yeah, we could have a lot of people, but we go slower and slowly. I don't think there is anything that I have to find out again when it comes to doing showbiz around here. So right now it's opening to other countries in French Africa. A sure network of promotion, of bookings, of media tour, of touring, you know, a sure network where you know there is a network first, then you're taking any artist that you choose and that you decide to work with, it's going to work. It's going to work. Today, their producers, their labels, they just need to pick you up. No matter how you are, you're going to make it.
Absolutely.
And it's a power of networking.
Nice. Real quick, right? I want to ask you this question, right? Because you're going to be with us for the rest of the show, because we're going to co-host the show with me. A lot of people don't know you have that talent of doing that. We're going to show them that today. Real quick. A promoter, a cultural promoter called Joel Pele, put up a post a couple of days ago where he said, like, if you go out and talk to a company about a deal for $3 million, and then the company calls the artist behind and pays him less than $1 million, it's a situation that happens here. What do you think about that? How would you analyze that statement?
I don't have anything against Joel Belly.
Right.
And what he's saying is absolutely right. When you're in Cameroon, we see that a lot.
Right.
Being a person that is in the industry that sometimes has the grace that people call for recommendation, like, okay, Salatiel, like, I mean, for example, the African Nations Cup.
Right.
I was the one that gave out the number for Stanley and Daphne.
Right.
So people call me, for recommendations
right.
sometimes. And you recommend people. And myself, I have seen things like that from artists. I've seen things like that. Now, we are in a fight, we are in a system where the system is working against us.
Right.
Yeah, we are not supposed to exist. We are not supposed to be stars. We are not supposed to be that influential in the system, because the
system already beat the system.
Yeah, because the system has understood what influential people with money and influence and all of that
can
do.
Right.
Especially when it comes to the other side, the politics.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we are not. So the best way we can find our way and thrive in the system is by understanding that there are standards that we have to set for ourselves.
Right.
We are not many of us
that
people need out there for music.
Right.
There are few at every level.
Right.
There are so many. There's 30 million Cameroonians.
Right.
But if you want to count the artists, we are very few of us.
Right.
If we just agree that we are not going to lower our standards together, then the standards are not going to lower.
Right.
I'm saying that because as much as people are crying in Cameroon, no, there's no money, I have deals in Cameroon. And I have good deals. Trust me, Nabil.
And that's why I'm talking to you, because like you're one of the leaders of this generation, of this new vibe of music where the business is changing, is becoming very digital. Even the means of making money are totally different from it was 10 years ago. Not talk about 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people look up to you. Basically, I think that your standard as far as the entertainment is concerned, and the standards that you guys set, is the standards that younger artists are going to have to follow automatically based on your achievements.
Yeah, but unfortunately for us, a lot of there's some that are different, but a whole lot of younger artists are instead standing on the other side and being like, no, we have figured out where that you guys are feeling. We are the new generation. We are tired of you guys. You guys go out there, let us breathe. We see that every day on social media. A kid makes one hit song, and then the next day he's
Michael Jackson.
He's the person that has come to. He's the Messiah.
He's the Messiah.
He's the Messiah. We have been doing that. If I want to put down my catalog as an artist, or as a producer, it's going to be more than many Cameroonian artists put together. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if there are still these problems, it means there is a serious problem.
Right.
And you enter the milieu, you learn the milieu.
Right.
But young people nowadays don't come and learn from what people are doing. So you go to forum, you see young artists complaining like, why can't they pay us? Or sometimes I go online and see producers quarreling over, no, me I take na 500,000, me I take na. Now I cannot even come to that kind of forum, because if I come there and sit down and say, I have taken in this Cameroon from a Cameroonian 5 million francs to produce one song.
Right.
Igodele say you the high.
Right.
Igodele say, and it's going to be like you deform some story because say you want to worry periphery their brain.
Right.
That if you tell a guy, okay, it's normal, I charge people $5,000, I charge people $10,000 in this country, and people pay that money in this country.
Right.
Now it's all about how you sell yourself and how you learn how to say no.
Right.
That is the problem we have in Cameroon. Joel Pele's comment is about the ability to say no.
Yeah.
Not be all show where you mo go now.
Yeah, true.
No be all show where you mo go. If you noticed already, you don't see me much in clubs.
Right.
Because I have my standards.
Right.
Sometimes people come with the money. Sometimes I need that money.
Right.
But if your standards is, okay, I want to limit club tours.
Right.
I'm going to do it maybe under a promotion or tour, like with a brand, maybe working around with a brand or something.
Right.
I would do that, but just going around and jumping in bars and singing, I think I'm past that.
Right.
You know, it's a decision that you make, and you tell people no.
Right.
Someone could come and you say no, or you learn how to say I want to do it. Maybe it's your man or something, but this is the standard that I want it to be. And if it's not, and I'm not saying that because good deals come to me. No, I'm saying that because there are so many good deals that come after I have refused for years.
Yes, right.
No,
right.
No. Right. Until
they start
finally, what do you want?
And then when you demand and they start giving
this is what I want. When I want to do my show, I want it to be live. I want it like this. I want it like this. I want it like this. I want it like this.
Right.
And then you do it.
Right.
Before I was booked for the raffle draw of the can.
Right.
For that same ceremony, I had refused like 3 or 4, I don't know, bookings from the Shan to the. When it's not, I don't want to do playback. I don't want to do playback.
Right. Right.
So if Shan does not have playback, I'm not gonna do it.
Right. That's how you set standards for
yourself.
yourself.
So if raffle draw ceremony permits me to perform as live as I want to perform, even if it's a semi-live, that is up to standard. Okay, let's roll.
You see you there.
If not, I mean, work with any other person. It's not
I think
a
it's
problem.
almost like the same thing that Charlotte Panda said after the first response from what Joe Pele said, and she said like, well, if you keep on singing in what she called it, if you keep on singing in she said she used the word like and stuff like that. If you keep on singing for like cheap and stuff, like you're never going to be booked up for high, and she's been making a lot of money. I think that's the same.
Yeah,
that's
it's the same mentality. It's the same mentality, and sometimes a lot of artists find themselves in a situation where they don't know how to chop matrice.
Yeah,
this thing where they call chop matrice.
Yeah,
I remember there was a show. I'm not going to call names here, but there was a show with an international artist in Cameroon that had a heavy controversy around payment of artists, and some artists dropping out and some court cases flying left and right. I know what happened with that show. They called me and I said no. I said yes, but these are the standards. And they could not meet up to those standards. I don't need to do it. You know, but before I knew, even my own artists, my own people, my own petties went and took that money. And then
so you're forced to.
And then later on, find out that the money wasn't enough, and then they start going back and forth with companies and they're online. You know, look, just say no.
No, right. If it's not up to your
standards, if you say yes for free, if you say yes for free, do it with all your heart.
Right.
Or just say
no.
No.
Right.
I go as far. I've done so much as far as going to shows in Cameroon where I take my cachet and bring live instrument, live band. I use my cachet.
I've heard about that. Like you get paid and then you take the money to produce a solid show.
Because the producer of the show is not ready to put live instruments.
Right.
I bring because I want to put my standards.
Right.
Now I could be thinking this is money I could pay some rent, pay some bills, or do something.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I want to be respected as an artist of this
caliber.
Level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that Jouen Pele is not wrong. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, they're going to call. I've had so many companies come to me with deals. The deals are on my table. I still have contracts where they're proposing you a certain amount, and I'm blatantly saying, no, this is too small. This doesn't make sense to you. And then the next week, you see a colleague of yours on the billboard,
and you know what was probably even less than what they proposed to you. But one thing I want to also ask you, like I said, like you are a leader. A lot of people look up to you. You're also even, by the way, trying to create a blueprint for the industry because you declared road. Like,
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? Based on that, don't you think it's time for people like you to start putting up some? I know that you have had some very hefty checks out here, and a lot of people do not know that.
Yeah.
I know you've had hefty checks. I don't even tell them now. They might not even believe, but there are receipts, there are facts out there. The only thing at a certain point in time, bro, you can come out there and throw out some checks and let people just get to their mind like, oh, this thing is really happening. Because I think that to a certain extent, when I started understanding the kind of checks that you be cashing out, I started understanding like, oh, there's still things can actually do happen.
Yeah,
here.
it's possible.
You understand what I'm
It's
saying? And I
possible.
think that is a wake-up call for a lot of people who are in the industry and trying to make money. Don't you think it's time for you to start bringing those checks out, like letting people know, like, I'm cashing out like this. It's a possibility for you. Stop being mediocre.
Bro, you know our country.
Yes.
When you start discussing your pocket in public,
yes,
you know what happens.
Yeah, but then even if you don't, shit still happens. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's true that even if you don't, shit happens. But I'm not going to be discussing.
You're not going to do that.
Because a lot of these contracts, that is the thing.
Right.
That is the thing.
Right.
We follow some things really blindly and
Right.
stupidly.
Right.
Have you ever heard a Nigerian artist come out and said, I took this amount of money from Pepsi? You're going to only hear mostly rumors or tans. Yes, media and rumors or, you know, what's our media there?
We're right here.
Should I be sitting here and talking about my checks? Go out there and find out.
No, what I'm trying to say is,
you understand?
what I'm trying to say is that if media tries to get access to that information, are you okay to back it up, support it, get out it? Like, are you even okay to permit media to do it? Because it's never been done.
There was rumors everywhere that Burna Boy is asking for $500,000.
Right.
Did you see him coming and saying, of course, yes, or... You know, he's going to probably just be like, Odugu, you don't do that.
Anyway, what I'm trying to explain to you, you're right.
But what I'm telling people, and I'm going to tell you again and again.
Right.
Now, let me just put it like this.
Right.
As an artist
Right.
in this country,
Right.
if you brand yourself well,
Right.
you know how to say no when you're supposed to say no.
Right.
You know how to offer people packages of
Right.
yourself. And not just you having your music out there, and you know, find a course, find a course.
Right.
Let people know you for something, for a course. When
Right.
people that are working on this course come for you,
Right.
trust me, as an artist, I will tell you it's possible to have 100 million for a brand ambassadorship.
Right. It's possible for you to
some
make
people
9
think,
figures.
Yeah, some people think that it's impossible.
9 figures
but
is
you
possible.
can pull out 100 million.
Right.
Because we have
Because
heard,
you've been there, done that.
Yeah, we've heard rumors of people having that kind of money.
Right.
We heard rumors of maybe Samuel Eto'o's big catches,
Right,
you know,
right,
with
of course.
some companies,
Right,
you know. But it's this kind of things, payment of money, is about how much do I respect you,
and how much value you give to yourself.
yes, and how much do I respect you.
Right.
Rich man no dey fear for give rich man money.
True.
Now, when you present yourself as this broke guy, the moment they fly some small 500,000 for your face, you jump up.
Yeah.
Now, if 500,000 is what you're worth at that moment, that means you have to work hard to grow your brand and your
right.
market value.
Right.
Rather than taking 500,000 today and then become a 500,000 guy,
yeah.
because news circulates
very fast.
News
right.
diwaka.
Right. And there's a tendency of people wanting to pay you less than they heard when they hear it is affordable.
So they mean they can negotiate.
Yeah.
They can negotiate on that.
Right.
So I mean, instead of staying as a 500,000 artist, it's better you say no today.
Right, today.
Job matrice.
Right.
When I say that job matrice, is not that you're going to be fine or everything,
Right.
bro. There are times where you will not be able to pay your rent.
Right.
But focus on what you need to do to get the 5 million you're looking for.
And it's not sitting down and waiting.
It's not sitting
keep
down and
working
waiting or going
so that the
online,
next time that they come,
or going online and saying these companies are very stupid. They don't support Cameroonian artists. Why did they come and propose me 500,000?
Right,
There is a problem.
Right.
Go and work that problem.
Right.
And what is that problem? Your brand needs to rise.
Right. So make sure the next time they come back, you have
So
more
the
value.
next time they come back, you have
more
more value and you can talk bigger cash.
Exactly.
Yeah. Trust me, you have value.
Right.
Cash is gonna flow.
Oh, right. I think that's something you can also say, because you look at your pedigree, like for so many years you've progressed gradually, growing up along the line in your career. So it means that people who talked to you 10 years ago, when they talked to you 8 years ago, it wasn't the same. So
It wasn't the same.
Yesterday's price, not today's price.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because everything keeps going up.
Some
for you
polemic,
like that.
and that's the thing too that a lot of artists fail to understand, that showbiz goes beyond you just being a star.
Right.
you know. It's not just you being a star.
Right.
We see the Jay-Z's, we see the Puff Daddies, we see
Right.
these guys putting on suits and doing business and
They're
talk.
business,
you
man.
know, they enter offices to talk with
Right.
people. You know, it's not just about being a star.
Right.
And being a businessman, there's a lot of millions that could go on a table of on a glass of whiskey,
Right.
over a glass of whiskey.
Right.
There's a lot.
Right.
There's a lot. And if the person that you want to deal business with does not respect you enough to be able to meet you and share a glass of whiskey with you while they talk business, that means you don't deserve a certain amount of money in their eyes. That doesn't mean you don't deserve it.
Right, you don't get in their eyes.
So there's a certain kind of networking. But now what we see a lot today is a lot of young people burning bridges,
Right.
which they would need.
Right.
Burning wood, which they would need for bridges tomorrow.
Right.
Throwing stray bullets. I was talking
Right.
to one young artist the other day. I'm like, don't just go out there and begin to trade. If there is a grand friend in the industry that has hurt you, and you want to talk to him in public, address him. Don't throw stray bullets.
Yeah, because it could catch the wrong person. That could react
because we are in an industry of networking.
Right.
We are in an industry of networking. I could be sitting here today. Imagine me sitting here and having a beef with Nabil. And then Beyonce calls and says, I'm interested in this guy.
Right.
I don't disrespect Nabil, saying, I wish kind of man this master, you know, they even support me, or Nabil never give me any show, or, you know.
How does that work at that point?
How does you know, if Nabil is that kind of person, he could automatically just change my mind and be like, oh yeah, that guy is good. But there's another person that he might not even say I have a problem with that guy. Or he could just say, okay, I will give you his contact, but you guys be careful how you work with him. Because he's a funny guy, automatically bad blood.
Right.
And trust me,
and that happens so way too often in this industry.
There's people that have missed lifetime opportunities.
I was talking about this a couple of years ago. I said, I believe everybody has a clique. I'm okay with cliques. Like if somebody calls you, you're going to get somebody next to you to do it. That's cool. But what I have a problem with is somebody calls you to do A, and then because you know that this other person, like you said, Beyonce calls and international calls is very important. You know this person can do it better. But then just because you want your guy to do it and you don't want that guy to shine, you better call your guy to come and do something that's 10 steps less than that. That's what I have a problem with. But if your guy can keep up to the standards, it's only right that you call the person that's next to you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we are in a networking business.
Right.
Mouth to mouth.
Right.
Oh, you don't know. You could be disrespecting somebody whose brother or family person or does not know anything about showbiz.
Right.
And the only thing they know about showbiz is, no, I have one of my nieces that is singing.
Right.
And then one day they need you, superstar, you know. They're going to call that niece and be like, hey, niece, now you're not there for the music thing, so I be one book so artist.
Yeah, you'll come sing for you because you did sing.
So you're telling people, don't throw stray bullets.
Right.
I was part of working very hard to put together the MTN Zik Awards, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, talking to the companies about the importance of giving back to musicians whose songs are streaming on the platforms and stuff, you know. And doing this award, even being nominated and dropping my nomination because I'm like, no, this is the time. And that was the first time in Cameroon where people saw people get money from award. Phoebe went back with 5 million francs. So this is something big that it would not happen the way it happened, at least, if I, being an OG, now imagine some peripheral go to throw stray bullet online, say, Mr. all the gang they made a get out.
He's out. He's black.
And then he comes to that same award and gets an award and is going back home with a 1 million or something. Which, if it is small bad blood,
can change
everything. You know, if you just if his screenshot of that is post enters the group of the people that are working on that.
But it's just very simple.
It's easy.
It's very easy. In case they don't understand the picture, let them just look at Kanye. That's what goes on. When you throw stray bullets at Jewish people, the people who are not even concerned are definitely going to come.
Are going to come after you, and then you're going to realize you're having beef. If you go talk some kind thing, automatically, I don't have beef against you. I don't know you. I don't know you.
But you like to avoid it.
Yeah, but I will just avoid you.
Right.
The moment you come close to me, I'll be like, somebody that's going to say, that periphery way, he will call the disrespect all man. So
and you
just say, you know, go do the thing so that after we call caution. We see that
happening every day
in the industry.
Absolutely.
So you tell Pedifred, look, you don't have to be a pussy. If somebody hurts you and you want to say it,
you can address
go ahead, do it. But
don't shoot straight shots. Straight shots.
You throw
no straight bullets.
Straight bullet, you go kill money picking where you know. And it's going to come back to you sometimes years after. There's a bridge you're going to want to cross which you would have burned the wood a long time ago.
Let's make some noise for that, ladies and gentlemen. Salachel, the brand new single is called Sucré Cancer Nouveau, and he's going to be here with me because I think at this point in time it's very important that me and you, continue the rest of the show. All right, how you say I'm? All right,
yes,
all right. Let's call up on our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do it together. It's something that you and our next guest actually do have in common. Okay. All right, you are an indomitable lion of the music industry, no doubt about that. 50 years of excellence is one of the brands that you represent. You understand what I'm saying? Because you've done a lot of excellent things. So today, since we have the lion of the music industry and there's a full entertainment show, we thought it was only right that we also bring out here one of the most controversial men on the internet. Is a multi-award winning actor, multi-award winning director. He is also one of the brand ambassadors for UCB. He was called the indomitable lion of cinema by Orange Cameroon. He is also the CEO and the owner of Lionsgate, and of recent, he's the most controversial man on the internet. So you already know who it is. So let's hear your introduction now to him now. Introduce him for the show.
Well, the first Cameroonian to ever do it.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for the first to ever do it, the one and only Kang Quintus. Baba. Baba, una planning us up. Wow, the whole crew is there. Lionsgate, there's a big lion on the man's chest. Coming. Welcome to the show, Baba. The whole country is actually waiting for you. And the whole country is waiting for you. We have Salatel over here.
Don't call your life, actually. I was about to share it, but I can't find it anymore.
C'est mon life est coupé.
Depuis.
Okay, no, maintenant là, il y a une nouvelle life qui est là, non? There's a new life. Check out the new life. Okay. Please, and so new thing they might tell now. I don't tell you, Baba. Level deal. Let me say, this is my life now, so shut up. You know I got shut. You know something like that. You know I got shut up.
No, don't call the one.
No, you see a new one now. So you know I got shut up. Now a new one.
What's?
Okay, but you see, East is there. Just refresh her. You know why you get for shut up?
No.
Because something they now they start and they, Baba. He tell that man has made a press and my door enter my account. I swear to God. Something they come and say start, say chuka so the Nabstar now. So just to give you start them. If they give you start so now do. Make my life come on. Who say that my life? But they give me life. I want to share my life. Oh my, but me they chuka so me start them. Begin come up. Baba, my bodyguard them.
My brother.
I'm okay, ready for everything. Baba, you know what? I want to get straight into it, and I want to do this exactly as I tell, all right? Because both of you, first of all, are lions of this industry. Baba, say as a question, they're like GC, advanced level, ordinary level, and everything put together, all right? But let us start with you. It's very interesting things I want to talk about. Like I just introduced you, Orange Cameroon made you the indomitable lion of cinema, Cameroonian cinema, which is one of a very great and huge title. From your success, obviously, from The Fisherman's Diary, and then you became one of the ambassadors. You're also an ambassador of, as we're saying, this your co-ambassador friend right here, and I want to share that money, of UCB, also 50 years of excellence. And you are a monument of that. How does it feel to be that, in a country that you've worked so hard, to achieve everything you've achieved?
It's very humbling. It's a result of a lot of hard work, a lot of years of struggling and trying to be a brand and falling a lot of times, but I kept rising, man.
That's it.
I made a lot of mistakes, learned from them.
Kept going.
So,
dust yourself up and try again.
Yeah. So it's quite humbling.
Right, and then success and progress is something that we've seen a lot with you. Talking about success and progress, let's talk about Lionsgate, because I think that Lionsgate is a great achievement of yours. It's a great complex. You got everything up in it. Let's talk a little bit about it for those who don't know. It's not just a sport that most people think where when they tap your shoulder, you drive them. It's a little bit, there's a lot of things going on there. So tell us what are the different, because I love floors. And there's so many things there. So tell us, describe to us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, Lionsgate is a full package entertainment. Right. That's how I like to call it. Right. Because we have a restaurant, you can come there if you're hungry, you eat. Right. We have furnished apartments. Right. So very luxury furnished apartments that you can lodge there as well. We have a nightclub. Okay. And then we have a rooftop. So you can come, organize your event, go to an after party downstairs if you're hungry, order food at a restaurant. If you want to sleep, there's a place.
There to sleep. It's one-stop shop.
Yes.
Wow, great. Yeah. And I must say, Success, you have been there, Salas. I actually saw you there last time, right? What did you think about that spot?
It's a great initiative.
Congratulations, man. You know, it's a chop you do, eh?
I never used to chop that, man. I just way Salas or Lionsgate.
Definitely. And of recent, congratulations also, because you really always got so many achievements, and I think a lot of people need to see that a lot more. That's why I wanted us to really start this show by really showing the achievements. You know, it's easy for people to talk up on the internet. The reason why a lot of people are talking about you is not just based on the things that you've said, but then you are actually a very successful individual in this industry and as a person in general, because Trace and Johnny Walker just listed you top 30 Africans content providers, right?
Yeah, promoting African culture.
Promoting African culture. Let's put our hands together for them. Come on. Let's put our hands together. I think that's definitely something very important that we should not say. Tell us a little bit about that new award.
Yeah, it caught me by surprise as well, because I received an email from I think it's a communications agency based in South Africa. Okay. So they sent me an email that there are some documents I need to sign, image rights, because I was nominated as one of the top 30 people influencing culture in Africa. Wow. And I was a little bit shocked. Wow. You know, because I didn't know that a lot of work that we are doing here, people are noticing it. Right. You know, and it was quite an honor for me. So. Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, congratulations, bro. I think it's also well deserved. Let's talk about something that we obviously want to always talk about. Nganu. Nganu, actually, you know, pictures have come out of it. A couple of, you know, we've seen some snippets of what it could look like. The casting was crazy. You know, the pictures that have come out of it was crazy. We know the story is going to be crazy. It's a follow-up from Fisherman's Diary that everybody is so much waiting for. But all of a sudden, we heard that you have pushed the trailer and you have also pushed the release of the movie, the premiere of the movie. So when is that going to take place, and why did you push that?
Yeah, Nganu for me is a very special project. It's very close to my heart because I put together the best talents in the country, right, and some out of the country to realize this project. Right. Even the scoring of the movie, man, it's made up of the best, our best artists in Cameroon. We have the genius, the legend, Salatiel, who did one of the soundtracks. My friend, right? Success, it was, the soundtrack was amazing. We have Loco, we have Caress Foto, we have Magasco, we have Bless B, we have. So it's a special project to me because it's made up of Cameroonian stars, actors, musicians. A project for Cameroon, done by Cameroonians. And I don't want to rush the project, you know, especially when it comes to communication and marketing and the tours. And recently we launched Lionsgate, which was a huge challenge for me because I put up the structure in 11 months, I think, from foundation to finishing. So it was very intense.
Because a lot of people said, like, you know, Lionsgate was what you were waiting for, like the launching of Lionsgate was going to come with the premiere of Nganu, which a lot of people wait for. What happened with that?
No, that was not the plan. The plan was not to mix the two together. All right. You know,
so it's come after Lionsgate?
After, okay, yes. Okay. And the finishing of Lionsgate kind of delayed. Okay. Because of some technical,
obviously.
Yes, and I had to compare the situation because I don't want to be promoting Lionsgate and promoting Nganu at the same time. They are two huge projects, so I had to suspend Nganu for now. Every promotion about Nganu stopped about 3 or 4 months ago. Oh, okay. So it's only about Lionsgate. But next year we are going to kickstart. We have a program right now. We have some companies on board that will be accompanying us for national and international tour for some African countries.
Okay.
Because we want to make sure that we get out of Cameroon,
Right.
you know, and do things in other countries and branch out.
Right.
So thankfully, there are a couple of brands that are accompanying us throughout that journey. We don't want to mention it here for marketing reasons.
Yeah, but you can just tell them that they should pay me and then you can say it.
Yes, so Nganu is coming hard, bro.
Is the movie done already?
It's been done since February 2022, sorry.
All right.
Yeah,
So everything is just pack and set and keep them.
Yeah, I just put it on one side.
You just wait now the right time for
Yes.
drop them, all the things put it.
Yes, because the movie, we have a lot of plans for that film. When we are done with the national tour in Cameroon, we're going to do a tour in selected African countries.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to Europe, go to the UK, go to Canada, go to the US.
Right.
And then from there, there will be big announcements to make.
I think that Fisherman's Diary was a very groundbreaking movie, I want to say, because it broke a lot of records. It's won extremely so many awards. I'm sure you yourselves had to keep up with it. You understand what I'm saying? And as far as setting records and standards and is concerned, Ganu should be a follow-up for Fisherman's Diary. Where do you see Ganu based on the fact that you believe, I'm sure, that your work is 2 times? But by chance, you came on Life. Et on savait dire quoi? C'est life ou c'est pas life? The man talks c'est pas life, like I said. I don't see my connection. Tell me now, I put my own life. Somebody should come and put me live here. They put a gig starting for here when I know they live. When I play with this thing for here, I make person come for here, can't take my phone, can't do me live. When I play, when I climb for here, on my way, it's in my tell me say that connection. So connection all day, no do me live. I say I concern me say connection all day. Baba connection or no connection, I can't collect the phone and go live. So anybody who is anywhere doing anything that they're doing, this is us about to go live. We're just about to go live right now. Okay? Yes, we're about to go live. So guys, you're not going too far, no. So we're live now. So yes, you all can share it. Everybody, sorry, we're live now. I had to do it myself. So everybody now, please go out and then share the live. The person Nabstar. Nabstar level. Yeah, we're live now. You see that thing over there? It says stars. I'm gonna give me stars. I'm gonna give Nabstar stars now. Applaudissez pour les stars now, Baba. Là, tu laisses. Tu vas aller applaudir. Ça, que tu appuies là-bas, ça applaudit. Tu vas applaudir, c'est not applaudir. We're live here, yeah. We're live right now. We have Canquentus in the building, the most controversial man on the internet, and the first to ever do so many things, and that's why we're out here. So we're going to get this conversation going like really clear. Let's continue with this. Sorry for those who missed the first part of the show. I hope it's recorded. We'll be able to play it really soon. But from now, please share this live. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're finally here with Canquentus, and we're going to be doing the rest of the show on our Facebook page, as you can see. I just talked to him right now about the fact that he's the Orange Indomitable Lion of Cinema. Absolutely. He is also the CEO of Lionsgate, which is a very great achievement. And I think so. Baba, now you do hold the live. Now you just take the live now. So yeah, the way you want to. Now, this is the next question that I want to ask you. So Ganu that is being ready and everything was actually, we heard that he was sent to the Oscars for selection, but this year, unlike the first time when Fisherman's Diary, it was a plantation that was selected. How do you feel about that?
No, like I said, Ganu has been ready since February 2022.
Right.
So I suspended the project.
Right.
It was not submitted to any committee.
Okay.
It has not been submitted to any festival.
It wasn't submitted to
It has not been submitted to any festival. It has not been submitted to any award show. It has not been submitted to even to Netflix.
Okay.
I have not yet submitted Ganu to that because, like I said, we have a very, very, very huge plan. I cannot be doing marketing for Ganu and doing marketing for Lionsgate at the same time.
Right.
There are 2 huge projects that deserve their own time, independent and time. So, Ganu is going to come out. It's not being in competition with any film.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm very excited because The Planter's Plantation is a film I was rooting for a very long time because I want to watch the movie, and I'm excited for them.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people kind of misunderstood.
Yeah, did you think a lot of people think that some people, even if you look at some posts that were written out,
they say you're jealous.
Certain people said that she was jealous.
Yes.
These are actors and I mean people in the industry, obviously, that put up posts and said that they felt like you were jealous, and the fact that he wasn't selected this time is the reason why you are crying out for that. But is that the reason?
Not at all. Not at all. I am somebody that I'm very, very competitive with myself. The only competition I have is myself. I set targets that are extremely big for myself, and I try to achieve them as much as I can. Right. You know, and I don't envy anybody. I don't hate on anybody. That's why my circle is very small.
Right.
You know, because I set my targets, I do what I want, how I want it, and I try to achieve it the most way I can.
Right.
You know, so it's not about jealousy, man. It's about doing things right. People are right. You know, the people that are saying that. Why are you saying it now? Why didn't you say it when your film was handpicked?
Yeah, I thought you were going to come in with a handpicked t-shirt. There you go. Somebody's got a handpicked t-shirt. I bet. A handpicked t-shirt. Now, how much?
Handpicked.
How much you selling?
No, we're not selling it.
Hey, Dima, please, can I have the contract to sell it?
Yes, I can give it.
Okay, hey, from tomorrow, handpicked.
They call something handpick, you want seller. You're supposed to pick you for seller.
Now you don't handpick me for seller. Now I ask and say, bro, can I sell handpicked? I've been handpicked to officially sell it. Tomorrow, please, I'm going to call the printer.
Let him pick it up at Lionsgate. The money belongs to you.
Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to send it to Lionsgate, and then they come and pick it up at Lionsgate. The money belongs to me. You understand? I'm going to do extra production after the first set of production has been made. We set the price.
Totally agree.
How much? Let's handpick the price, please.
No, that one you decide. That one.
Okay, we'll look your eye talk price.
Yes,
your eye shine, your shoe shine. We'll give your price.
Yeah, so people are right. You know, some people are right. Let me put it like that. People who have, it's a legitimate concern. That why are you bringing it up now? Why didn't you bring it up? When the Fisherman's Diary was handpicked to represent Cameroon, because I received a phone call from the committee, and I was hesitant to send the film to the Oscars. I'm going to tell you the honest truth.
Okay, why?
I think Stefan is not here. He's my communications manager.
Right.
He traveled to Ivory Coast yesterday. Okay. He would have been here to confirm. So I was hesitant because I felt like the Fisherman's Diary was not an Oscars-esque film. I'm going to be very blunt because I'm somebody I say the way it is.
And big English too, so break that English down.
No, whether it's mine or not, I say the way it is.
Yeah. What's Oscar? What did you say?
It was not a film that will be selected by the Oscars.
Okay.
The
Fisherman's Diary.
The Fisherman's Diary. Let's be honest. It's a good film.
Why you think so though?
Because for your film to be selected at the Oscars, bro, there are a lot of parameters that you need to meet. In terms of sound, in terms of storytelling, in terms of imagery, in terms of directing, in terms of a lot of stuff.
And you think you didn't achieve that?
No, Fisherman's Diary is a good film, but it's not that. It's not an Oscar film.
Things like great for festivals. It won a lot of awards.
It won a lot of awards for festivals, yes, but it's not a film. But Oscars is
a different level.
It's a different level. You know, you have people that have been doing this thing for years. They master the game, and they are the ones watching your film, so they are very critical and independent.
At what point did you feel like that was not an Oscars movie?
From the first day I was called.
So what did you tell them when you were called?
I told Stefan that, nah, bro, for me, this is not it. But he told me that, this is official selection from Cameroon, because what a lot of people don't know is every country has a right to submit a movie.
Yes, one movie. It needs to be selected. The committee needs to select
it. Yes, by the local Oscars committee. Right. So the local Oscars committee reached out. I think they reached out to Stefan.
Right.
And Stefan called me, was like, send that movie, do that. Which I was skeptical at the beginning. And then he just insisted, just send it. You never know. This film is winning awards, because at that time, the Fisherman's Diary had not yet won a lot of awards.
Had won a lot,
like that. Yeah, so I just sent it.
Right.
And I think there were other films that I don't know if there were other films they considered, but the poster came out and a communique that, the Fisherman's Diary will be presenting Cameroon at the Oscars.
Right.
So still, really deep within me, bro, I knew that it was not going to go far. Because when your film is selected at the local Oscars committee level, it is pre-selected for the Oscars. So it's listed to represent Cameroon. Now, to make it to the top 15, that's when you're officially selected at the Oscars, which means practitioners, professionals have watched your movie. And among all countries in the world, you guys are listed as a top 15 in the best foreign film, best foreign language category.
So there are two. So I want to get something right? Is it for best foreign language category, or is it for best international film category?
It used to
be, are those the same things?
It used to be best international film category. So they changed it about 2 years ago, was it last year, to best foreign language category.
Okay. Now let us talk a little bit about that, because there's a very famous post on the internet. I'm sure we all saw it. I'd have even liked to ask that question, because that's how famous that post is. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has seen the post where you talked about enough is enough, and you felt that things have to be done right, and then you felt like English, French-speaking movies have been eliminated from that have not been handpicked by the committee. All right, and let us be very clear about this. Like I said, I wanted to understand what the category was. There's something that you said that I think everybody needs to go and do. So me too, I go Google, and I went and checked out what are the criteria that you need to be eligible for that. And secondly, I wanted to get the definition of the International Film Feature Award, or that category, or what is now Best Foreign Language Film. And it says, and I'm going to read as it quotes, an international film is defined as a feature-length motion picture, which is over 40 minutes, produced outside the United States of America and its territories, with predominantly more than 50% non-English dialogue track. Animated and documentary features films are permitted. Then that actually comes to my understanding to the fact that, yes, movies that are in French are actually qualified for the International Movie Film Festival. Now the question now is, yes, they are, okay, but what makes you think that the movies that were selected with a bias over the French movies? And secondly, another thing that I read here is the fact that for you to be able to submit a movie, you must belong to like the Cameroon, how they call them, the film industry, the other group there, how they call that, in a syndicate, or how they call it. You must belong to, and in the case of Cameroon, you have to belong to the CFI, which is the Cameroon film industry.
Okay, so
you need to belong to the body that.
Let me start from the beginning. Let me talk about bias first.
Right.
I don't think it's all about bias. I'm talking about transparency. You know, we need to do things the way it has to be done.
Right.
You know, like I was trying to state a point at the beginning. Yes, some people have valid arguments and they have valid points that I didn't talk about this when mine was selected, was handpicked. Don't forget that last year there was another movie that represented Cameroon in 2021.
Right.
I didn't speak up, but this year it happened again, and that's why you see I'm speaking up. I didn't speak up last year when the other film was selected.
You didn't even speak up when you gave your own movie, right? And then you believe that it was not even, Grammy worthy, and then you were selected. That was the first time that you didn't speak up. And then last year, another
film was pre-selected to represent Cameroon. Was selected to represent Cameroon. I didn't speak up.
Right.
And this time around, it's not like Nganu has been ready. A lot of people are talking about bias, and it's not. It's even if they called me to submit, I wouldn't have, because Nganu. It's not the time for Nganu to start.
Yeah, I get that. But what makes you think that Agbo Gilbert or the Oscars committee is biased on their selection, and their bias permits them not to select French-speaking films? What makes you think that?
Because the films have been handpicked. Let's do things the right way. We have to. There are rules set aside by Oscars, criteria and processes that films have to go through for them to be selected. Now, this is how it's supposed to be done.
Right.
Announce an official selection process. Let every filmmaker, I want a level playground for everybody. Want a situation where everybody have a chance to submit, and let the committee sit and watch and judge and be like, okay, we've watched all these films that have been submitted, and this is the best that stands out. This is the one that caught. This is the film we think can better represent Cameroon, because we want to give that equal playing platform to everybody.
Yeah, that's clear.
I'm not saying that they are biased to French filmmakers. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying that.
Yeah, let's correct. Let's get that straight, because that's what a lot of people thought that you were saying. Like they're biased because they're not putting French.
I'm biased because they are doing it under the table. I feel like they are doing the things under the table.
Another thing too that I also read about. Okay, this is what we're going to do before we continue.
Let me just land on this point, please. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
I feel like things are done under the table, and we need to stop.
Okay.
Whether it's my film, like I said, if they contact me next year from Nganu and it's done under the table, I'm not sending it.
Okay, but this is what I want to tell you about being under the table. Also, from what I also read, there is some amount of people. They don't really. It's not an open air thing. there is a lot of protection of even the members of this committee to avoid corruption and stuff like that, as I heard. And I heard that it's done behind closed doors. It's not a public event.
No, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be done behind closed doors. Let's talk about Salatiel. We talk about the Grammys.
Okay,
the last time...
even the Grammys, what do you think?
No, Mr. Leo was inducted.
Yes.
The other time. We have actors, we have filmmakers that are inducted into the Oscars committee, and it's made public.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not about corruption. Listen, it's about an industry with professionals that should be professional in doing their job. It's not about corruption. That's why we need to choose people that know what they're doing, that are experienced. They are experienced filmmakers in this industry, bro. Do you know that only one Cameroonian film has ever been selected at the Cannes? Yeah, ever in the history of Cameroonian film?
Which movie is that?
It was Bassek Bakubio's film. I've forgotten the title. Bassek Bakubio of Ekranwa.
Right.
He's the only filmmaker whose film has ever been selected at the Cannes.
Is it the same process with the Oscars? Like, is there a pre-selection?
No,
is there a committee?
no, you submit directly to the Cannes.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is, as an Oscars committee, bro, everything has to be transparent. Let it be made public. Announce filmmakers. Send a communique and tell filmmakers to submit their films. Or you can hold a press conference. You announce, you make it public that we are now accepting films. The French filmmakers will be aware that, okay, something is going on like this.
So you think they're not aware of it?
They are not. When I talk to a lot of French filmmakers, believe me, bro, they are not aware. They complain. You know, a lot of people are scared to speak up, but me.
Yeah, but then also, I also want to say something. Let's before I go on to the next, I want to say, Salas, just generally, right?
Yes.
I know say like you are, you know, like talk about it, but no, you're also very much involved in it, because I think that to a certain extent, the things that happen with movies are going to spill into the music industries, and we have like Grammys now, also like he's talking about, similar to what's going on with the Oscars. What do you think about this?
Well, if it's about music, I know a whole lot.
Yes.
But when it comes to movies, trust me, I have a lot of finding out to do. Right. I cannot sit here and claim to be Kang Quintus or Akbo Gilbert or whoever, you know, because I don't know much about the music, about the how it works with the movies. Yeah. I mean, by the way, Kang Quintus is a witness when people call me, and there are people that call me even out of Cameroon, some important people, and ask for advice about movies. I don't even dare give an advice. I simply just call up some filmmakers. Last time, I called Kang Quintus, and I'm like, hey, I have a friend from the US, the Asian friend who is in the US, and he needs advice on the movie or stuff. So and pass the ball over, man. Right.
That's what's up. Like, you're minding your own business.
I mean, it's the same industry, but I'm not going to lecture anybody on something I don't know. Seriously.
Right, let's talk about something that he doesn't also know about, or something that he definitely does know about. We are doing something specially for TikTok today. So for those of you who are going to follow us on our TikTok, go check out our TikTok on Nabstar. Salatel and the Nabstar girls are going to go backstage and going to prepare it. And then at the end of the show, when we come back, we're going to see it before we all go. So you have about 15 minutes to prepare it. It's going to be on TikTok, and we'll come back here. We'll do it. Are you ready? I'm sure they briefed you on it. So, s'il vous plaît, vous venez finir par mon français, prendre Salatel pour, so you guys will take Salatel backstage and être gentil avec lui, hein? And the Nabstar girls, take it easy with him, man. Take him backstage, and let's make some noise for Salas, all right?
All right.
Okay. All right. So so let us get to that. Something that is very importantly that I also wanted us to talk about. You've insisted that that is not supposed to be. I think it says here clearly that it's not a public thing. And then secondly, I think it's right for you to say, you know, they should probably make it a little bit more public, or get a lot more people to, you know, be aware of it. But it's not. It's supposed to be done behind closed doors.
No. Listen. Let me correct you on that.
Right.
Just like Oscars. When there's a call for entries,
right,
they announce it.
Right.
The committee has to make a public announcement.
Right.
Announce a call for entry.
Right.
And this call for entry is for every filmmaker.
Right.
It can be on TV, it can be on radio, it can be on social media, it can be all of that.
Right.
Announcing that filmmakers should submit their movies.
Okay.
When these films are submitted, the Oscars committee will sit down, watch all the movies, and then select one film.
So what you're trying to say, that there's no there's no submission of movies in Cameroon.
I'm telling you that
committee.
The Fisherman's Diary was handpicked.
Handpicked.
I'm telling you that the movie that was submitted last year.
Okay, but when I ask you a question, good. But are they? Is there a revenue? Is there a means for submission? Is there a possibility? Is there an avenue for submission?
There is supposed to be an avenue for submission.
But does it actually exist? Do you know if it exists or it doesn't exist?
I don't know.
Okay, because everything you know,
yes,
it has been...
There's no transparency.
Okay.
We don't know what's going on in the Oscars.
Okay, there's something also that I also wanted to say. I think that for things to be communicated, it means we need to come together and communicate to a certain extent, right? CAMIF is one of the most important movie festivals in the other side of in the south in the southwest, and which is like in the anglophone part of Cameroon, right? Which is like our own écran noir to a certain extent, right? The fact that a lot of people say there's an absence, like there's a notable absence of French-speaking movie producers and actors in the French zone at CAMIF, which is one of the forums, obviously, where things like this are being discussed and this information is being passed across. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, but I think we're asking too many questions, but we're having very little answers. So I want to trash this topic very clearly, because you mentioned the fact that it's a requirement that an industry.
Yes. You have to be under,
under industry to select a film, then it's submitted to the Oscars.
Exactly.
I want us to trash that very carefully, because these are topics that a lot of people are not informed. And I'm glad that you went on Google.
I went check it out. I got all the document.
You know, because it's not about doing a film in Bulu or in Pidgin that makes it a great film. A great film is a great film. It's about storytelling. It's about cinematography, directing, acting, everything put together, irrespective of the language. And that's why you see a lot of South Korean, Japanese films winning the Oscars. But they are in South Korean, they're in Japanese, they are in Chinese, you know. So I don't want us to contextualize the language, or to specify that you must act in this language for your film to represent Cameroon. Or it must be an English-speaking film to represent Cameroon, or a French-speaking film. No, let's have a level playground. You know, this French, they have amazing French films, they are amazing English films. I'm not saying that
one is better than that. But let me just one question, right? The fact that you talked about this time, right? And the fact that you pointed out, like, you know, that they are being handpicked, right? Do you think that Planter's Plantation does not merit that pick, or do you think that, based on your knowledge of the French-speaking movies that you think should be part of this competition, that there's an alternative, or there's a movie that you think that could challenge that, or a movie that
Thank you. I'll say this. I've not
watched... Or do you think that there's any movie that you felt like, oh, this movie should be part of it, and it's not here?
No, I've not watched any of the movies. I've not watched The Planter's Plantation. I can't talk about a film that I've not watched.
Seen.
I can't criticize a movie because I'm a critic, bro. I say the way it is. If I watch your film, just like I was criticizing The Fisherman's Diary, if I watch a movie, it's not nice, I will tell you I didn't like this, I didn't like that, I think this is how you would have done it. It's just a personal critic. There are a lot of films that came out. That I think Cameroon shot over 25 films in 2021. It has never happened. You know, we had a very busy year, a lot of films shot, and we have some films that did not go to festivals. We have some films, a film like, I saw a trailer of a movie, Kang Kang. I was very impressed. The imagery.
What happened to that movie?
Acting, no, you're talking about other alternatives. Kang Kang is a French film, Francophone in quote, because for me, I don't believe in those...
French-speaking film, actually.
Yes, this is French-speaking
film. A movie in French.
In French. You understand? When I saw the images, I was amazed. You know, the images, the trailer, and the directing, the cinematography. I was amazed. I watched the Planter's Plantation trailer the other day. I was amazed. You know, I've watched other trailers, bro. And what I'm saying is, give it a level playground. Let film practitioners, professionals, experienced professionals that have no bias should watch those movies, criticize them, choose one that will represent them. So I can't tell you if a movie deserves it or not. I've not watched it.
Okay, but this is the thing. Do you understand the criteria in which this committee, the Oscar committees, are picked? Because we went and we did our research on it. These people who are supposed to be a 25-member team, it's actually they actually had the Oscars researched the suggestions that were made by the committee. So the committee here made a suggestion of a couple of people and sent it over to the Oscars, who investigated each of those people to see if they're actually viable players in the industry, movie people that can be able to to have the know-how to select the movies, that they're capable of selecting movies. There's an investigation that was made from them. So
how can you ascertain that?
Based on the fact that when the
can you name 5 people in the Oscars committee?
Okay, this is the thing.
5.
They don't. It's not an open thing, and even here, it's written here that it is not an open. It is not. They don't advertise the members of these committees because of fear of corruption. Do you understand what I'm saying? So normally, the committee is. It's almost a closed door thing, is what I'm trying to understand here. That's what I got from this information that I Googled. And I wanted us to maybe go and do more research and then find out about it. But now, the question I want to also ask you is that at the end of the day, no matter what happens, right, for any movie to go through the Oscars, the body that the Oscars has selected or is working with from Cameroon is the Cameroon Film, that CFI. That's the body, right? Apparently, even if French movies have to go to the Oscars to be selected, they need to be members of the CFI. And if you're not a member of the CFI, you cannot get your movie through to the Oscars. Okay. Right? Do you understand that? Right?
Can I say something to you?
Yes.
I am not a member of CFI. I've never been.
But then, hold on. I want to correct that. Yes.
No, let me correct you.
Yes.
I want to correct
you. Please correct us on that. It's very important.
It's very important.
Because they said that before you say it. Let me tell you what he said.
Hold on. All right. I'm speaking, I speak facts.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
I've never been a member of the CFI. I want to challenge anybody that has my registration or membership of the CFI to post it.
Okay, because you were said that you were members of CFI when Fisherman Diary was
No, I've never been.
Okay.
I've never registered
Please clarify
any
that.
of the guilds in CFI. I've never had a membership in any of the guilds in CFI. So if you're talking about...
So how is it possible?
If you're talking about that you must be a member of CFI, then apply the rules.
Right.
Because the rules...
It didn't apply to you.
I was handpicked, bro.
Right.
The film from last year was handpicked. The one for this year was handpicked. So where are the rules?
Right.
Who are the members? What is the criteria?
Right.
Is it an English-speaking film thing? Or is it... Because we're talking about Cameroon.
Right.
We're talking about English-speaking films.
Yeah. Because English is even the least criteria for it to go to the Oscars under that category. So it cannot be an English-speaking thing.
Thank you.
Or stuff.
So that's my point. I've never been a member of the CFI. I keep saying this.
Really?
I am.
So
not,
where is this allegations? Where are these allegations from that you were a member of the CFI at the time that Fisherman's Diary was?
I want somebody to post my membership on social media and prove me wrong. So sometimes I know the problem we have as Cameroonians is, as people, let me just say Cameroonians, we are too emotional, we are too sentimental, and people don't like the truth.
Right.
People don't like when you say it the way it is, because you have to stay quiet because you're scared to hurt feelings. But I'm not that kind of person, bro. I've been like this from childhood.
Right.
I've always been somebody that when it's not right, I say it's not right. If it's right, I tell you it's right. You understand? So I have never been a member. The Fisherman's Diary went to the Oscars. So if you're telling me now that you must be a member, then you guys are not doing something right.
Yeah, actually, if you're actually telling us that you were never a member, then actually, really, something is not right. I beg when I press that star there, now no man give when I press with that star there, one see that star there, they said they also give you star there. My now like this man tell me say on today, all my own today, all side when I do when I.
I'm going to say this, Nabil.
Yes.
I'm going to say this. Sorry.
Yeah.
The last thing I'm talking about this topic.
No, it's not finished. We have more questions, but we'll finish.
So what I'm going to say is categorically clear. I'm stating it.
Right.
Let people know I am not an emotional being.
Right.
Okay. If we don't have, and my fight is to organize. Let there be a transparent, organized Oscars committee in Cameroon, free from bias and emotions, and it should not be something that people use to settle scores.
All right.
So, if next year this committee is not organized, even if my movie is handpicked, I'm not submitting it. You get it?
Right.
There are many ways. I'm not submitting my film. Nganu, next year, even if they call me and say, oh, this, it's not going to go in there. So I'm talking about me fighting for what is right, bro. It's not a fight for myself. It's a fight for
the future,
for the future of the industry.
Right.
I might have been fighting at a time where we have another great film doing very well, and people misunderstanding it.
Right.
I get it. I get those emotions. But I'll state this: the marketing I gave to this film, it has not received it since it won a lot of awards at Ikranwa. I gave the film the biggest marketing I ever got. Can they applaud for that?
More clap.
No, absolutely. No, for real. You understand? So sometimes, sir.
Now when I say they can't thank you for Lionsgate now.
No, that was not the intention. My intention was not that, but that's what happened.
But that's what happened. Right.
So it's a plus. A lot of people are talking about the Planters Plantation. A lot of people are talking about the film.
No, but Cameron was at least well talked about.
You understand?
Yeah,
no, but yes, it was well talked about. But the biggest audience, the film.
People said that actually that it's because you didn't post it. Like you never posted it.
Yes, I don't have to.
Yeah, of course not.
You understand?
That's something happening.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. Look, me, bro, I don't follow the crowd,
right?
And I don't expect people can judge. You know, a lot of songs have come out in the industry. They tag some other artists. Oh, you have not shared. Why did you share? But people don't understand. People have everybody has so many things. No, not just things going on. People have different reasons that they can't make it public. People have personal reasons that they can't make it public. You understand? And I'm not obliged to do that. You get it?
Right.
I don't think that everybody's obliged to do that.
Yes.
Even my film.
Yes.
So it's a personal choice. And I should not be questioned for that.
No, nobody should be questioned for that. The only thing that we're going to come back and talk about being questioned for is when we come back, we're going to be talking about why you had to question everybody and call them ingrates when they didn't come for the opening of the Lionsgate. Okay. Now I'm going to be questioning that and talking about that when we come back. But we're still with you, Kang, because Kang is the man of the show today. We just want to talk back with Salas before Salas banter. Salas, how far? But how was that? What happened backstage, bro?
Nice. I don't know what happened, but
we're going to see it somewhere.
I was chilling with beautiful girls.
Right. And I guess the video was done, right? So I guess that we're going to see it somewhere. Masha, tu peux venir nous dire rapidement ce qui s'est passé là-bas backstage ou quelqu'un qui va nous dire ce qui vient de se passer pour que les gens puissent attendre ce qui va se passer. What happened? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé backstage, Masha? Ma ton amé de d'ici. Hey, they don't give me stadium. We have to give the stadium again. We have 200 stadium. Yeah, also na 200 comme. Masha, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé là-bas? Dis-moi.
En fait, c'était un problème.
Au micro, parle au micro. Rapidement.
C'était un problème de réseau.
C'était un problème de réseau. Mais vous n'avez pas pu faire le truc. Vous avez quand même fait les chansons?
Non.
Vous n'avez pas fait le truc?
Non.
Vous n'avez pas encore fait?
Non.
Pourquoi?
Rien fait. Parce que c'était le réseau.
Quel réseau? You don't need réseau.
Non, je suis entrée dans Boomplay puis son son, mais la connaissance.
Mais il faut juste faire les vidéos sans le son et puis on va faire les editing après.
Ah, ok.
How you wanna do that? Baba, maybe they just do this thing after, do the editing after, because I still do a party.
For do TikTok videos,
I don't even know how the thing works.
For do TikTok videos, no be rocket science.
No be so. It's easy, eh? It's easy, right?
Even nerd like me, I know how to do that one.
You know how to do it, right? But me, I don't know how. You need to teach me that thing. But
I don't learn that shit, man.
Bro, but then show them how to do it now. Why you not show them how to do it?
I don't know what they were doing. I didn't know what was happening.
What they're trying to do is to do
I don't know what was happening.
What we want to do is to do a TikTok video with you for your song.
Yeah, I thought that's what I heard, but I didn't know what was really going on.
Inès, même pas. Vous n'avez pas see this?
En fait, parce que les chiffres.
Ok, tu peux arranger que vous faites ça dans 5 minutes parce qu'il doit partir maintenant. Ok, thank you very much. All right,
Okay.
merci beaucoup. Don't worry, but it's also in a good company.
No, I understand.
So
I
don't worry.
understand.
Now let's clap for Sarah. Why? Because we want to see that TikTok right now.
So I go again.
Yes, I'm going to go organize.
Let's finish up here now. Then I go and do it.
Yeah, go and do it and just go. Okay, right, we're going to do it. We're going to do it now, and then you're going to go. We just want to say thank you very much for coming up to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We definitely do appreciate you all the time when you come over here. C'est sucré, c'est nouveau, donc c'est sucré. Now everybody should go out there. Make sure that you go and listen to it. How can we listen to it? And where can we get it right now?
Well, it's available on every streaming platform.
Right.
Every streaming platform.
And the video
out
is
there.
out.
The video is out. The video is on YouTube, and the video is already is in more than 7 countries already in Africa. So we're spreading. The plan is to hit at least 30.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very, very much for coming to the show. We wish you all the
you.
best. You're automatically on promotion here for 1 month.
Hallelujah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You already get that. And that's how we're going to be doing over here. Congratulations. We keep supporting you. We love you and love everything that you do. Please come back. It's your home. You
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. And thanks to all those that are watching from home.
Yeah.
Quintus.
Yeah, bro.
Take care, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Look at yourself. You did for slicing terrain. I know what you are talking.
No worry yourself, bro.
Revolutionary, they know easy for them for the country.
Baba, when I keep giving stars and give some stars for Salache, and I give you stars for Salache, Chukwi stars for Salache. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for Salache.
Yes, sir.
And then now our lion is in the house. Baba, we're talking about this. Like you said, you know, we cannot really hold people accountable for stuff like that. But then let's talk about this very famous tweet or post that went viral. It was like, bunch of ingrates. Let's talk about that. How did you? What happened? Oh, what was going on?
No. The thing is, I'm not going to call names,
right.
but the people that I directed that to, they got the message.
Right.
Sometimes there are people that it's not about what a lot of people don't understand until one day you'll be in that position is to give your all to a brother or to brothers or to sisters.
Right.
And then when you need them the most, it's not about them coming to give you money. It's not about them coming to buy a table.
Right. Support.
Just being there.
Yes.
A show that you have care and concern and that you really think well about the person.
Right.
Just coming and putting 1 or 2, 3 things together for me.
Yeah.
Showing concern that oh bro, you've invested a lot to realize this project.
Right.
And now it's at this point, man. A round of applause. That's.
Do you think that there's some people who supported you but were not there physically and who felt like those were shots that got to them, even though they weren't there physically, supported you in different ways? I personally was not there physically, but we promoted it I'm sure you saw part of it that we was promoting it because on Fridays too we have our show here, so it was also difficult for us to turn up. But then even on the day of the show, we were telling people like, Lionsgate is popping out there, it's going, you know what I'm saying? So I know it's not to me because my man understands how things work, but then some people who did stuff like that and was not present there, do you feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe saying all them apology is too much to say, but you feel like, you kind of hit them in the wrong place?
That's why I say that a lot of times people they like to generalize.
Right.
Because I was very specific in my tweet.
But not to who you were talking to?
Yeah, I was specific that some of the artists that I have, financially and emotionally, this is my message.
Let us go again. Please categorize that thing. So it was one, some of.
Of course, it's the message.
The message,
It's directed to the people that I directed the message to. They got the message.
And I want to make it clear for those who was not directed to or who have been catching feelings. It is, first of all, if you don't find yourself in these categories, it don't concern you. First category is some of. If you're not some of, it don't concern you. Artists that have been helped financially, you have been there for financially and emotionally, are the people we found ungrateful. Those are the people who are targeting it to. So I think that's something that should be clarified. A lot of people are reacting to that here, so I think that...
bro, see, like I said earlier, until you find yourself in a situation where you're genuine.
Right.
For me, I'm a very genuine person.
Right.
A lot of people, they don't understand me until you get close to me.
A lot of people call you arrogant. What would you say about that?
Well, it's their point of view. I'm a very self-confident human being. I have everything I've achieved in my life, I work extremely hard for it. And every step of success, every step that I make, every achievement I get, I tap myself on the back. However I come across to people, I can't control that.
Right.
Because if you don't celebrate yourself, nobody will
celebrate you.
And I'm the kind of person that, like I said, I don't envy anybody.
Right.
And that's why people don't understand that the darker your heart is, the lesser
you express yourself.
No, the darker your heart is,
right,
the less blessings comes to
you. True.
I'm somebody with a very genuine heart. My heart is pure, it's clean. I don't envy anybody. I don't wish bad for nobody. I sleep at night. Trust me, when I write those tweets, I sleep well. When I wake up in the morning, I have no worries. But I'm also the kind of person that I don't. People think that because we're celebrities, right? We're not human beings.
Right.
That a fan can just come and write
say any kind of stuff,
say any kind of thing to you, and then
you have to take it.
Things where I start, just take it. I'm not like that, but I'm fake.
Right.
Whatever I feel, whatever I write on social media is how I feel.
Right.
At that point in time.
Right.
And I say it without any fear of whatever consequences. I bear the consequences.
Right.
But people also need to understand that our industry is very boring.
Yes.
And that's why we have show
business. Right.
The show. Without the show, there's no business.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You need to keep your fans connected to you. You need people. You need some, bro. I don't like calling other industries, but there are industries that are way advanced in this game, bro.
And they're active, right?
They are very active.
Right.
We are very emotional as Cameroonians. we misinterpret a lot of things and we take things so personal.
Right.
You know, you don't look at the bigger picture. Just like I said, I gave the Planters Plantation a very big audience.
Right.
You know, if you reverse the tables, bro,
right.
and I'm the producer of Planters Plantation, trust me, I'll take that story and run with it.
Right.
And I'll cash out.
Right.
Because that's me.
That's you.
It's how
you have understood how things
yes
work.
I'm
not emotional.
I'm not emotional. I understand how showbiz is. I take any opportunity, just like we're talking about handpicked. Right now, look at that. You know, we're talking about handpicked,
yes.
but I can't pinch.
You have taken that and run with it.
I've taken it and I'm running with it.
And I'm about to run with it with you too.
Exactly. You know, so it's showbiz, man. Yeah. Let's stop being too emotional. Let's stop being too personal. Let's stop looking at everything from a negative point of view.
Right.
You know, because
there is a lot more to it than that.
There's a lot more to it than that. And then also, if you're catching a fight with me, you're fighting with yourself.
Right.
Because as you're fighting and waiting your pillow and crying, trust me, I did chill, manga, bro, do a charge. You know, relax. Then when you are there worrying about me, I'm not worried about myself. I had a lot of people contact me, say, hey, bro, do this. I said, nah, bro. You know, I got this. You know, I'm an adult, I'm a grown-up, and I'm responsible for my actions and the consequences.
Because
so
I think
a
question that we also have here, which comes from our media partners, is basically something that you've answered already. All I can add to it, basically, from what we have asked you and what he asks here, because he says, like, you know, about the stuff that you said about the Oscars committee, you know, that it has gone viral. And the first question was, like, if you think that they're doing a great job. And then he also goes ahead to ask, like, if you didn't think it was better to table this to the people involved, a question mark.
Is that a question?
Yeah, because the rest of it is a question that we asked you, you know, because he says he thinks that the public is good at misinterpreting things, okay? And it's looked at jealousy, which is something that we talked about, which you have clarified, you know, and then that the fact that your movie was not selected this year. And
my movie was not submitted in the first place.
Okay, that's the first thing to understand, because we didn't know that.
People keep saying that, oh, you're jealous because it was not... Ngannou has been ready. If I wanted to start promotions from Ghana, I would have started a long time ago.
Let's not say selected. It was not handpicked. It was not because they could have also called you like they did with Fisherman's Diary and handpicked.
And trust me, I was already on my combat. I've already put on my combative shoes.
Right.
If it was my movie, I would have still done this. And that's why I'm saying next year, if this is the process, I'm not going to. My film should not be handpicked.
Right.
Let's do it right. Let's do it the right way. But let me come back to the second part of the question was about.
Sending it over to the, if you think we should not have been tabled to the right people.
I mean, bro. We are talking about people who are not open to such suggestions.
Okay.
You know, I can call names if you want me to.
Yeah, sure, please. That's what we like to, because it's easier. Because it's a radio show. If you just put it out, everybody will feel concerned. But who do you think are not?
No, but look, I don't wanna create content for, because bloggers, that's what they're waiting for.
No, but create content for me. This is my show.
The bloggers are waiting for me to say something.
We're here to clarify things.
Hold on. Let me say this, because they want me to say something that they'll twist it around tomorrow and put in their own words. And
but you have been doing good with that. You just talked about it now.
Yes,
that's a good strategy, right?
Yes, it's not. I'm not saying it's a good strategy. It's me being me.
You, right? And it's working for you as a strategy, just being you.
It's me being me. It's me being truthful and honest. You know, and that's why I always tell people that if you don't want my opinion, don't ask
me. But I want yours, please. I'd ask you.
You know, but I'm not going to call names. I'll just tell you that yes, it will be nice if there is an avenue. Well, how do we contact? Who you said it's private, right? That's what you're claiming.
Right. That's what we hear. That it's supposed to be done behind doors.
It's supposed to be done behind doors. But I know a couple of people that are in the committee.
Right.
I know a couple of people,
because you called some names out. You called Billy Bob. You called Agbo Gilbert. You called Madame Elong. So those are some people that you know that are in the committee.
They are in the committee, yes.
Right. Without, of course, I heard that 25 members of that.
I'm not aware, bro.
Okay, but normally what it says is supposed to be 25 members of it. So I guess that they're...
Yeah, so 25 members of a balanced committee will make sense.
Right.
You know, because we have people that have been doing films, bro.
Okay, so I want us to talk about this on a clearer perspective, based on what you have seen and what you had said. It's basically like you have presented a problem. Okay, that now, especially with my investigation, and a lot of more people are going to investigate. For those who are not just looking for, some of us are actually looking for the right information. Some people are just looking for the buzz, like you said, bloggers going to buzz on it. But we're actually trying to get the sense out of it, because I think there's a lot of intelligent things happening there and a lot of information that is there. We're trying to understand how things work, right? And the fact that this committee, from what I saw, I think after a certain amount of years, it can be changed. what is a solution that you are bringing exactly, or what are you actually saying? Because enough is cool for you to say things have to be done right is cool.
I think I've said this a lot of times. I've said this a lot of times. Yeah. That things should be done. There are rules and regulations laid down, transparent rules and regulations. Let's follow the process. Announce submissions. Every filmmaker should submit their film. Right. Have a committee that is balanced and credible. People that know film, people that have done film, bro, with no emotions. You know, let's get people that know filmmaking. You understand? Who are credible, who do not have because a lot of people are emotional. You know, in that committee that I know, they are very emotional. They are very biased. They are. I don't want to continue with the list, you know, because it's going to come across the wrong way. But trust me, a lot of people in that committee should not even be in that committee. I'm sorry to say that. You know, there's no track record in film. You've not done anything that artistically that has transformed the industry. There are people that know that have been there, have done it all. I'll just give an example of somebody who is the only Cameroonian to have his film selected at Cannes, Basse Bakobio. Those are film practitioners. People.
But there are also there are also people like Abo Gilbert, who you actually called out, who has done
for me personally,
for the movie industry, who has been there forever, who actually went to America and went and negotiated for this to even be possible when it didn't exist, because we had an opening in the 80s, as he said, and then for so many years we didn't even have an opening there. But this is somebody who has gone over there, who was able to negotiate for that to happen, who came back, made sure that they created a body, who has followed it up to a certain extent. To that, don't you think that to a certain extent, like at least about Gilbert should be, like, you know what I'm saying, like if you call him out, like you know, like you said, I think it's also viable. Don't you think it's also viable? And then don't you also think that if you had to talk, like for instance, Abo Gilbert is part of the problem. That's why this question was asked. Now that we have said it, I understand what the problem is, but what move can we actually make with all your conviction and everything, you know, because you are very important.
When you're talking about
let's go towards, like, are you planning to
because no, pause a little bit, Nabil, because I don't know if that was a question that you mentioned.
No, I was coming to the question. I was just coming.
No. When you talked about Abo Gilbert, was that a question or you were making a point?
No, I was just making a point to say that, right? Yes. Okay, but there are some violent people also that are also there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said some.
So some, I'm not contesting the fact that you don't think that they're capable. I'm not contesting that.
But look, I'm glad you said some.
Right.
But we don't need to have some.
We need to have
viable people there. My brother, see, I'm not do them with emotions. I'm not talk with emotions.
Absolutely not.
You know, we are talking about Oscars, which means that for before you go there and win, it means your film is amazing.
Right. And do you think that Basek actually is a member of CFI? And do you understand the fact that even if his movie had to go to the Oscars, he had to be a member of CFI?
My brother, I've never been a member of the CFI. When you talk politics, so I'm not a politician, my brother. I've never been a member of the CFI.
Because this is a very interesting part, because this is where everything goes, you understand?
I will state it again. Yes. I've never been a member of the CFI.
Now, this is the point we have to get clear. Yes. Because if you have never been...
I've never ever been a registered member of the Cameroonian film industry.
And if they say that you need to be a member for your movie to be selected, it means that they faked your membership.
The
committee.
And I always say this, I'm not a Cameroonian filmmaker. I'm not a member of the Cameroonian film industry.
Yeah.
I am a filmmaker from Cameroon.
Right.
Those are two different things, all right? So anyways, I'm not even going to go.
No, but my point is that do you understand, like, I just want us to get something right. This is something that is very interesting. You were never a member of the CFI. Abo Gilbert claims that you were a member of CFI when your movie was put into it. And also from the documents I see, you need to
let him publish the membership.
That is very important, because it's what we're going to contest. We're going to ask. That's what we're going to get him to do. And something we're going to get, definitely we're going to get him to do. And also what the document says here from the research, right? You have to be a member of the body.
Let's see, bro. You keep going back to the document. We're talking about how the process, the functionality of the Cameroon Oscars Committee,
right?
The credibility of the committee, the structure, how it's structured, the transparency of the committee. You understand? That's what we're talking about here. It's not about everything is in this paper that you printed out. Everything is in there.
Right.
Boom.
Everything is there.
Everybody can go online, download it, and check it out. We'll see
the information. It's public information.
It's public.
Yeah.
So let's do it the way it has to be done.
But my point now is that, right, it says here, which we all know is supposed to be done, that you have to be a member of a body from that country in which you're coming for it to work. You said you have never been a member of CFI. CFI, Abo Gilbert said even in his interview that you were a member of CFI. So now, and if your movie, The Fisherman's Diary, was selected in 2020, right? And you were not a member of CFI, it means that
there's a huge problem.
There's a problem. It means that actually your membership was
It means that the films are being handpicked.
Yeah, but even if the film is handpicked, right? This the Oscars will not even accept their handpick if they don't feel the criteria. And one of the criteria is that you have to belong to the CFI. So it means that
you are going into the details that only them know in the back office.
Now, why they talk now? I want to understand that there's a process.
The submission process in the back office.
Right.
I am not a member of the Cameroon Oscars Committee.
Right.
I don't want to ever be a member of the Cameroon Oscars Committee. Let me make that very clearly.
Right.
I don't want to ever be a member. First of all, so people should not think that I'm fighting because I want to be a member.
Right.
You know. So what happens in the back office is what we don't know.
Right.
Well, when I say what we don't know is there's a system.
Right.
I was contacted. There were some requirements that send your movie in this format, the sound in this format, this, and it was uploaded.
Right.
What happens in the back office is private, just like you said.
Right.
So it's not about that.
Right.
It's about doing things the way it has to be done.
Right.
Let's stop talking with emotions. Let's stop being scared to hurt feelings.
Right.
You know, I don't have any problem with any filmmaker in Cameroon.
Right.
I want to state that clearly. I don't have any problem. Anybody has a problem with me, they are fighting with themselves.
The one other question that a lot of people asked here was the fact that they felt like, so you have been, so the fact that you spoke up about this and you mentioned like French filmmakers, they felt like there's a lot of things are happening with French filmmakers that a lot of Anglophones are not concerned in it. And they wonder why you've never really spoken up about that. What do you think? Do you think that things that French filmmakers are doing that they don't involve other people, or do you think that that's not a problem also?
My brother, I speak about
what you see.
Personally, I speak about what I see.
Right.
If I'm in that milieu and I see it, I will speak up. I've been that kind of person. You know, if I'm somewhere, if I'm sitting right here and something goes wrong, I will tell you that, bro,
this is not right.
This is not right, bro. You should have done it like that. That's how I am.
Right.
So I can't give you a scenario that I have not been in contact with.
Right. I think there's one thing.
But I'm talking about. I don't want us to mix oranges and potatoes.
Yes, Baba.
Yeah, we're talking about the Oscars Committee, Cameroon Oscars Committee. You know, I don't want us to, because if we start going all over the place, we'll miss the essence of what we're talking about.
Right. So you think that, what do you think concretely? Like, okay, now, do you think it should be changed? Do you think the committee should be reviewed? Do you think that we should? And how does that work? How do we do that?
Ask the committee. They know what they have to do.
They know what they have to do. But you know, like, definitely, I'm sure the committee knows what they have to do, but according to you, they have not been doing the right things.
They have not been doing the right things.
So now, even though they know, they're still not going to tell us. I want you to be able to...
No, I won't. I won't tell you. Bro, you can invite them to your show.
I will. By the way, Abel Gilbert is going to be on this show next week.
Yeah, you can invite them to your show.
And you know, the main reason why I'm saying this is because I think that then, like you say, it's only right that I should be able to take that responsibility. I'm taking all the information of the stuff that you're telling me, and I'm about to place it to Abel Gilbert. Like I told you, the same things that I discovered about the fact that, yeah, it's 100% right for you to be eligible to go into that category for the Oscars. You just have to have less than 50% of English. I mean, even if you have 100% French, you're actually more eligible than somebody who has half English and half Pidgin song, or a movie, I beg your pardon. That's something that we checked out here. We didn't know that we've gotten and we've understood. And it's something I also want to present over. Another very important aspect of this is the fact that you have never been a member of CFI, and it is only right that you say movies were handpicked, like the t-shirt says, if you're not a member of CFI, and then they selected your movie when it's supposed to be only for members of CFI, which is one of the reasons why that was given for it. So these are things that I think I need to be able to take over.
And then you also need to understand that in what a lot of people don't know, it's that I think this should be the fourth film that has been submitted. You know, the first one was an Indian film. Are you aware of that?
From Cameroon.
Yes, there was
but then it says.
Listen, let me say something, bro.
Yeah.
The first film was an Indian film. I've forgotten that producer's name. She was from India, and a film was submitted to represent Cameroon. Are you aware of that?
No, it's not.
That was yeah.
Because it says that movie has to be, for it to be submitted under Cameroon, it has to be done by majority Cameroonians and shot in Cameroonian territory majority.
Bro, you have Google.
Yeah,
right?
I have it here.
Yes, you can, after the show,
we'll go on Google and we'll see that.
Yes, I've forgotten her name, but it was an Indian film, and there was a lot of backlash. Yeah. So you see, we already started.
And is this same committee?
Yeah, we started up at a very bad footing. You know, and then at that time, I didn't do a lot of research like that, because I'm a kid in the industry, bro. Right. You know, when I say I'm a kid, I've not been in the industry for so long, like a lot of people. But I've done great things in a short time that I've been in the industry. Right. So when that's why when they called me for my film, I was like, okay, and I submitted the film. Last year I observed it again. I wanted to speak up, but I was like, no, if you speak up, it's like, okay, just like it's happening now.
Right.
So when is the right time to speak up?
Question.
Because if it happens next year,
right,
and my film is released next year,
right,
and behind the scenes I refuse to submit Nganu, and another film is submitted, and I speak up, they're still going to say that it's because they didn't take your film. That's when you're speaking up.
Do you think that
so me, I just felt like I woke up in the morning and I looked at everything. I was like, nah,
that's not right.
I have to speak.
Yeah.
You know, and my girl was trying to tell me that, oh, don't do it. I'm like, you know me. You know, if I have something, it goes out. Right. If I don't go, I'm not gonna sleep.
Right.
You know, so we have been in the wrong footing, and I want you to ask your guest when he comes here next time about these questions. The Indian film that was submitted.
Right.
I want to see my membership for CFI.
Right.
Before my film was submitted, because from
what it says, you must be a member of CFI for it to be submitted.
Yeah, so,
and if you're never a member, that's
I also have a huge question.
Right.
You know, it's like now we don't have a film industry that is an umbrella for Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
It is like we have the English-speaking films with their own, French-speaking films
with their own.
How about a harmony, a harmonization?
Right.
Because we're talking about artistic work here. We're not talking about, but it's not politics.
Right.
This is art.
Right.
This is people that are genuinely talented, that give their all to create something. Those who deserve it, give it to them.
Right. I think that based on that harmony, it's based on so many activities and everything, and I think that a lot of people also think that for you speaking up is also a time for you to also speak up about the fact that there are a lot of things like a Crown Noir that, you know, the English-speaking actors have been very much involved in. You understand what I'm saying? And things like Camif that has reportedly shown an absence of a lot of French-speaking people. Like
for me, it's about the organizers. You know, it's about the organizers. You know, but I've also seen a lot of other French actors. There was a time that Nathalie Kwa was there. There was a time that Lucy Member. I've seen
Nathalie Kwa is not an actress.
No, but there was a time she was there. There was a time that Lucy Member
Lucy Member is always, she's Anglophone, by the way. She's always with us, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen her there. It's about the organizers, bro. Right. It's like me being an English filmmaker organizing a premiere of my movie, and I just expect people to come. It depends on you.
Right.
Whoever you choose to invite. If you want to invite an actor from Nigeria, from South Africa, from the US, it's up to you.
Right.
So I don't want us to go into that.
Let's go into another thing now. I think that those questions are really clear. The rest of it, I only have to ask.
Too many questions.
I only have to ask the rest of the questions to, you know, as we don't carry on direct them over to this thing now. Let us talk also about something really very important and really very fast. We have gotten most of the information I wanted to get from you. And I'm very happy that you have eloquently explained the stuff to us. Is there any movie that's coming out very soon that you're particularly looking up to?
Yeah, my film, Nganu.
Nganu, right.
Yeah, Nganu is...
I'm thinking about this year because this year apparently there's a lot of other movies coming out this year apparently. The first rumor that people put out was the fact that you was pushing Nganu because there were so many movies coming out this year, which I felt was not a good reason. I don't even think we've done enough this year.
Bro, like I said, I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm in competition with myself.
Right.
I said when I do my projects, I want to beat what I did before.
Right.
You know, my next film should be bigger than Nganu.
Right.
I'm not comparing with any other film. Right. But of course, I have films that I was excited about. I talked about The Planter's Plantation.
Right.
I think Einstein Young is a young filmmaker coming up very strong. He's very focused and very talented. A lot of people are trying to create that.
Put you guys again. Yeah, how is your relationship with him though?
I mean, it's somebody that there's actually a script that he wrote for me.
Right.
About 4 months ago.
Okay.
He came to Lionsgate because I'm somebody that I like to work with people, a lot of people.
Right.
So he wrote me a script which I've been extremely busy. I've not gone over it.
Right.
You know?
But you guys have a good relationship. It's all love.
I mean, we are not friends.
But you have a good relationship.
Of course. I can tell you that I don't have problems with anybody. He's a young kid. I'm looking out for his movie. Right. Absolutely. I don't care how people try to create that acrimony and clash. But for me, like I said, if you're fighting with me, you're fighting with yourself. You know, because
you are made it clear that you are not.
Yes. That, you know, and then I also have Kankan.
Right.
That film, man. I saw the trailer. It's beautiful.
Right.
It's beautiful, and I can't wait to watch that movie.
Right, definitely. There's a lot of movies also coming out this year. I want to congratulate everybody. Kuva trailer just came out. We're looking forward to that. King Steven did a movie that's about to come out soon called Axel.
Oh yes, yeah, Laxulu. I saw the trailer.
What do you think about that?
Amazing. You know, King is a genius, man.
Right.
You know, King is a genius. King is very deep. He's a very creative mind. You know, and he's an action guy. Right. He loves action. If you look at most of his music videos, he loves action. Yeah. So I think this should be the first action film from Cameroon, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not.
It's one of the first biggest.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about that too. Right. I think it's Laxulu.
Yeah, that's the highway.
Yeah, the highway. I'm very excited about that movie too. Yeah.
Man, we definitely love the way your spirit is. A lot of people don't get to see you like this when you put up your tweets and stuff. But it's nice to get you in this mood. Let's talk about another thing. Unfortunately, since you're the most controversial guy on the internet, we actually have very scarcely get to see you online, because amongst all the things that you're doing, it's not easy to have you put you down here and get you to talk about so many things. Real quick, these upcoming actors and comedians, that what actually happened? You know what I'm saying? Because all you said was like, oh, you're going to slap him again, and they're going to slap him and kick him out. What really happened? Was this a skit that's coming out? Is it real? Is it real? Like
what's that?
There was a post about how you kicked Don Chelo out of Lionsgate. Is it real? Is it a skit? I was supposed to say a skit come out from it.
I'm not. That's a personal non grata. I'm not going to comment on that.
But was it real?
Irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
But was it real? Was it a skit? Because people think that it's a skit, or waiting to see the skit.
No, listen. For me, that topic is irrelevant. You know, because I'm a very self-respectable person.
Right.
And I the way you come to me, that's the way I receive you.
Right.
You know, so.
You think that he was just because a lot of people looked at you like, you know, this guy came because he says about something you talked about. He came to your space, come and support your stuff, and then you treated him like that.
For me, Lionsgate is a business place.
Right. Okay? And I want to clarify that for Lionsgate.
No, Lionsgate is a business place, and if you come with disorder and come ready to cause trouble, trust me, it's a lot of investment.
Right.
I will make sure that the security kicks you out. Right. I don't care who you are. That's somebody's life investment.
You think that was his
sorry?
That was his MO. You think that?
No, like I said, I'm not going to comment on that. I'm talking in general. For me, that is a personal non grata. Okay. There are certain things that, for me, I don't put value to them, or I don't put my energy on them.
Right.
You know, so personally, it's a business place.
Right.
You know, if I come in here right now and I want to break down this radio station, of course your security will kick me out. They will kick me out.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Yeah, so it's a business place. So let's not put too much value to that where there's no value.
Right, and then of course everybody's welcome to Lionsgate. Let's get that very clear.
Of course.
And you're not hostile to because what you have to understand, the narrative that goes out is like you're hostile to people coming out there, and the narrative that goes out to most people, I'm not trying. You see, if I look at the comments, I'm sure you don't have time to read it, but a lot of people are like, oh, why? That's how I treat people there. You know what I'm saying? It's very important.
No, let me tell you something. You know, we're in a country where a lot of people have negative energy.
Right.
And they look for the slightest chance to let it out to you. And for me, I zone out from negative energy. And if I see that you're disrespecting me on the comment section, I give it back to you.
Right.
So you feel it.
Yes.
You understand? So for me, the Lionsgate it's very affordable, contrary to what a lot of people think.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
But it's not for
everybody.
It's a brand. Right. You know, it's not for everybody. I have my target clientele.
Right.
I have the people that I want to attract to Lionsgate.
Right.
It's not everybody. You can never have everybody.
True.
You know, just identify your niche.
Right.
And focus on it.
Right.
You know, and a lot of those people that you see ranting, there are people that have never been there, that will never be there.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of those people that I bet you, bro. There are a lot of those people that they have never shared your trailer. They have never supported anything positive about you. But when they see the negative, they are all out. You know, so it's showbiz. For me, I don't have a problem with those kind of people, but it's about you taking your phone and typing something, and another person that is human like you
feeling it,
taking it and typing it back to you.
Yeah.
So
true.
why
is there a problem?
So why is there a problem? Why for me, bro? I keep telling people that I'm a businessman.
Right.
I don't like to see myself as a celebrity. I see myself as a business. That's why everything I do is business.
Right.
If I'm doing movies, bro, I'm not going to shoot a movie without having a business plan of how to cash out from that film.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's everything that matters. It's not about social media likes. It's not about the comments on social media or the attacks or the fights. It's about what goes to your bank account. And that's what I think about every minute, you know. business. So people get too emotional, and the comment section, let's have fun. You're attacking me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me attack
because
you
even this story about the comedian, basically, I talked about, you made it famous. You made what he said famous with your response. I don't know if you know that. Like, you made that stuff famous. I saw your response. I didn't even see what he said.
I put up a post.
Right.
And a lot of, like I mentioned about the film, the Planters Plantation. You see, I'm actually doing a lot of marketing for this film. Have you realized that?
I see that you're making us realize that right now.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of marketing. I did a lot of marketing. I'm still doing it right now. I'm not being paid for that. I'm not part of the cast. I'm not part of the crew. I'm not part of the technical. You understand? It's not my production.
Right.
You understand? But it's a situation that if you can help the producer, I will do it. And a lot of people have not looked at it from that angle.
Right.
That, what this guy is actually doing is making people discover this movie. They are going to check it out. You know.
Anybody already thanked you for it already?
No, nobody's going to. No, I don't think they will, to be honest. Yeah. Because I know a lot of people are trying to fight me, but I'm not fighting anybody.
People say your circle has grown way more smaller than it used to be before.
No, my circle has not grown away. I cut off a lot of people.
That's what I mean. It has grown smaller.
I cut off a lot of people.
What happened?
Because people don't understand. I'm not going to go into details.
Yeah,
I cut up a lot of people to make my circle smaller because it's about being there for somebody that should be there for you when you need that support system. You know, people just think that, okay, if you're a nice person, just give, just support, be there for your friend. But what if your friend is never there for you? What if your brother is never there for you?
I know that.
Even your blood brother or your blood sister or your parents. You know, a lot of kids grow up frustrated because they felt like their parents were not in their lives.
Yeah.
You know, and they are frustrated. So let's not just look at things from a financial point of view. Bro, if you ask about the few circles that I care about, everybody that is around me, that is supporting me, that is standing by me, I want to make sure they're okay. I ask about them every minute, bro. You do okay? You don't chop. Yeah. You have a family problem. Talk to me, bro. I want to make sure that we figure it out.
No, you're a nice person.
You understand? So that's what the part that people don't know, and it's good for me because I make sure that my circle is exit. There are a lot of fake people in Cameroon. And you know that.
Of course, though, I do.
Yes, there are
Tell me about it. I do that.
People come to you.
And that's why, to a certain extent, I can relate to you in so many things. Because I believe that sometimes when you cry up with rage, even though people say it's stray bullets, but I believe that the stray bullets hit the right targets most times.
You know, people are fake. A lot of people are fake, bro. They are with you when there's something to benefit. When you cut it off, everybody backs up. And you're like, oh, so that's why you're with me. Okay. Deuces. It's not a problem. It's just about you protecting your energy.
Right.
You know, because I function in a very high frequency, bro.
Right.
You know, I'm very, my energy is at a high frequency. So everything I do, I need to gather that energy and put it on that thing to make it work. And when you have people around you that are
pulling you down,
just cut it off. Even the Bible says that. If your right eye is giving you a problem, move on.
Cut it off.
So I cut off a lot of my friends. There are people that I used to be like that with them, but I felt the wrong energy, that they are not, they don't see the vision, they don't see my drive.
Right.
So I back off. Cut off doesn't mean we have a problem.
Right.
No, we don't have a problem. You have your stuff.
Yeah.
I'll come there, support you. You have your thing, I'll show love from a distance. You know, but like that, it's better when it's smaller, bro. I'm more at peace, I'm more happy.
Right, and you think that's definitely going to take you to places that it's going to always lead to your success. The more that you have people that elevate you than people that pull.
Yeah, of course, everybody should. You should surround yourself with people that push you to be better.
Yeah, sure.
You know, surround yourself with the right energy, because any negativity around you is a hindrance to your growth. You know, life is a growth process, man. Set your targets that are bigger than you, bigger than your dreams. For me, sometimes my dreams, they scare me. I look at them like, hey, damn. And then constantly reevaluate yourself. For example, you might say that in the next 3 months, to the upcoming filmmakers, actors, celebrities, you know, in the industry, set monthly targets, quarterly targets, 6-month target, and a yearly target, and reevaluate yourself and see if you are progressing. Every quarter, every month, have a reevaluation of yourself. Even your daily targets. For example, today my plan was to wake up in the morning, do what I have to do, prepare myself, be here on time.
Right.
When I go back home, before I close my eyes, I reevaluate my day.
Right.
What did I do right?
Right.
What did I do wrong? How can I make it better tomorrow?
Right.
You know, was I on time at the Nabstar TV?
Right. No.
What was the hindrance? No, I'm just
what was the hindrance, and then tomorrow it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen again.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's those little steps,
Process,
processes, little steps that leads to greatness. But a lot of people just want to sit and let success meet them.
Right.
A lot of people are lazy, bro.
That's true.
And that's why
Laziness
that's why they are
problem.
bitter and angry and they are hating, and it's like they should attack you because they don't know how much work, how much energy you put in. And when you want to celebrate, they say, "Nah, bro, you're arrogant, you're proud, you're rude, you're disrespectful." But it's self-confidence, you know. People, there's a slim line between arrogance, pride, and so. And I accept when people call me proud, arrogant, and all of that. I say, well, it's okay now. No vex. Now, OP, and I can't change it because I don't want to start arguing with you. But I have a lot of people walk up to me when they meet me in person. They're like, "What a lot of people say about you is not true." I say, yes, it's because I'm a character.
I have one almost last question for you.
Almost.
Yes, it's basically the last question for you. Do you think that the planters plant?
Send the stars. Send
the stars.
When I choose that stars,
yeah, it's only 700 or something. But when I add that again, I made rich colo. I beg, rich colo.
Let's get the stars.
Bless B says, securing my water before anything. No life. You understand? Securing his water. Now his water.
Papa, what are you talking about, sir?
He said he secure his water before anything. May you secure your water? What's that water?
That's my brother, man. That's a real.
That's part of the circle that never stop.
Real respect. He's a real G. He's selfless man, and that's why we relate, man. Because I'm a selfless man with my circle.
Right.
You know, and I don't need fake people to come and be. Nah,
but the truth about it is that we look around you and we figure out who you're talking about. It's very easy. It's not difficult. We'll see you tomorrow. You move around and we know everybody you're talking about. Who is there, who's not there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not somebody specifically, but
it's a group of. That's why I say everybody.
Yeah,
a group of people.
It's a lot of people.
But then, how you feeling now? You feeling good about it?
I'm feeling great because I feel like those constant negative voices that when you want to do anything, they are talking to your ears and it's not there. So I feel like
positive.
I feel better.
Positive,
yeah, but I have new circles too. I'm creating, bro.
That's all.
You know.
Me too. That's how I feel too. Like we have new Nabstar girls. I don't know if you saw them.
Yeah.
We have new Nabstar girls.
Constantly reinvent yourself.
New situations. But we have one old photographer who is always there and is always going to be there with us. That's Lenoir Records. He's the best photographer in the country. Lenoir Records is actually going to represent Lenoir Records and Nabstar Sport in Qatar because we're going to the World Cup and he's the one who's going to go and represent us. He has his criteria and we're perfect and ready and good to go. So Nabstar Sport is going to be reporting live to you from
I've
Qatar.
Thanks
to him.
I've come Cletus.
Okay.
That's somebody that we've known each other how many years? 19, 20 years? 20 years.
Wow.
You know, he's there.
Okay. That's your family. We'll never go nowhere, you know, obviously.
You know, he's there. You know, we've been together from childhood. We are together now.
Right.
Because he's a real G.
Right.
You know, so you've
kept your circle straight. You stepped your circle straight.
Yeah, bro, because it's real, bro.
Right.
You know, so it's all about being real to yourself and being real to the people around you. That's it.
Thank you very much, Baba. I can't even say any much more than that. And I also want to give a very big shout out to Caprice because I know that she said she's the backbone. She was the one who helped you build the whole industry, Mamana Lionsgate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Much love and respect to you. You're doing a great job, amazing job. And I like the shine. You see, and I like to the shine for that. That's her. And your my name, your name?
Yeah, Concletus.
Concletus. Damn, when I plan that in.
Yeah, you see
that's Concletus and it's Canquintus. Yes. What is going on here? Yeah, that's how I've been from day one, right? Yeah. So have you seen Canquintus and Concletus? Have you seen Canquintus? Yes. Viens parler ici. Toi, tu es arrogante.
Si, Lionsgate DJs. DJ
Desman. Shout out to DJ Desman. What put on live? You know what, Baba? You need to pick person where you're pranking.
No, next time.
No, we prank person today. Who you prank? Real quick.
No, the next time, bro. See, it's 11 o'clock. They're waiting for me at Lionsgate.
But Lionsgate is running up. Baba, viens demander ton truc qui est demandé rapidement. S'il vous plaît. Il doit partir pour le show. Nous, on est en retard. On attend. Envoyez-nous les stars. Ouais.
Ganou là, ça veut dire quoi exactement?
C'est le nom de Francis Ganou, ça que tu veux demander?
Non, parce qu'il y a les francophones qui confondent ça en Ganou, le sportif quoi.
Oui, non, le film Ganou n'a rien à faire avec
oui, j'ai fait, mais
Ganou c'est juste un nom. Nganu, ça veut dire quelqu'un qui aime le problème.
Voilà.
Ah, ok. En quelle langue?
Il crée le désordre en...
Allez, quoi la canta? Un de chez vous là.
No, it's from the West. Yeah, the CEO from the West.
À l'Ouest.
Yes. So the CEO.
Chez les Bana.
Bana, voilà.
And I will say this, and I actually was inspired to give that title to the film because the PDG of Kaji Group, right? Madame Nicole Kaji.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah, you know, they were the official. The Kaji Foundation was an official sponsor. Not sponsor. They were the official partner. Yeah, partner that supported. You know. The project, you know, and we did some product placements in the film. So when I was talking to her, she was very peculiar about certain things that we need to shoot in Bana, and I was just like, okay, but what's your grandmother's name? She said the grandmother's name was Nganu. I said, okay, the title of the movie will be Nganu.
Oh, wow.
Then when I started doing research now about the title, Nganu, I realized that it means a troublesome person, and it fits exactly into
the movie story because you have bad trouble, man. And bad trouble, and it fits into your real life now. So because you be in Ghana now for internet, that makes a nice for that.
I'm not a troublesome for internet. No, I'm not a troublesome person, bro. I'm just somebody who likes to say the truth.
And let's just get it straight, right? Everybody's been talking about it. You're a cool guy. You're respectful. For those who know you, I've known you for so many years. I think arrogant would be the last thing I would have said. I don't know how it became like that as far as entertainment is concerned, but it's something that I must always definitely do. I must say, most of this is just for the internet. It's just the buzz on the internet. It's just for entertainment. Internet is boring, like you said. Business. So if tu ne mets pas le cœur, mets pas les organes.
Stop being too emotional, guys.
Yeah, stop catching feelings, catch flights.
And to my real fans, you know, because I have a lot of people who tell me, oh, I used to respect this gang a lot. Oh, from today I need to respect you again.
No problem.
I just be like, well, bro, I want real fans. You know,
love me for me.
Yeah, love me for me. If you are not a real fan, it's okay. If you're a real fan, I appreciate you guys. Those that are supporting me from day one, the real fans, though. Supporting, because a lot of followers that are just there as monitoring spirits. As in, monitoring spirits. We know that. You know, but the real fans, I say I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I know I don't joke with my fans, man. I appreciate them a lot, and there is more coming from this end. Zone out from negative energy, okay? Know that I got this. You know, everything is under control. There is nothing that I do that I'm not aware of what I'm doing. You know, and then
you're not about to go Kanye or nobody.
Nah. I'm not going Kanye or nobody. But I'll always speak the truth honestly and truthfully. Okay? Because that's who I am. And I want people to accept me for that person instead of trying to recreate me. Because a lot of people have tried to fake their life and they're depressed. I know a lot of actors, artists, and, you know, that are depressed. You know, because they're trying to live a life that is not them. But me, I live my life the way I present who I am. And I want people to love me for who I am. If you don't love me, it's okay. Everybody cannot love you.
Absolutely. Yeah,
you cannot please everybody. But the ones that love me, thank you so much. I love you guys too, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. At this point in time, we're going to be saying au revoir at this show. You know what I'm saying? We're going to thank everybody for being up at the show. Shout out to Lenoir, who took up all these pictures. Shout out to my man, Maxime. Shout out to Cyril, who was out there. Shout out to, of course, all the hand-picked t-shirt people there. Shout out to my man, D&D.
Yes, Baba,
yes. And the one and only, the indomitable lion of cinema, the most controversial man on the internet.
The first Cameroonian to ever do it.
The first Cameroonian to ever do everything that you ever heard that he has done.
All of you have been handpicked.
You have been handpicked. And see you all next week, same show, and we out of here.
Yeah.